1 billion, and you are seeing things on scale of tens of billions, you will stand the test of time. And all these foundational truths comes from you seeking the truth. Is it making sense? I think I want to repeat sense. Like, check, internalize a couple of things that I've said. What's your own personal truth? Is there any inherent ability that I have in me that technology can enable? Tech space is an enabler of what you have. Tech can literally meet you where you are. A fashion designer, if you are a shoemaker, tech can meet you wherever you are. What I do today, like, that's what the product that I'm proud to be, like, to the glory of God, part of the leadership of the team. Like, I'm I think deliver. That's what the product is doing. And it's one of the fastest growing products in Africa today. You all can check out Chowdex, right? You can check out Chowdex. So, again, oúnjẹ, báwo ni kéèyàn ṣe máa lọ gbà àwọn èèyàn ò lè jáde nínú ilé, ẹ kàn máa wéèyàn kan tó máa bá wọn ra oúnjẹ ní oúnjẹ, ó máa wá deliver. The efficacy of the product came actually from truth seeking. Because this generation kí la like comfort, right? And again, part of the truth seeking, I give you guys a very good example that I believe everybody should be able to relate with. At the time, the charge card, my phone call was the business model at the time that everybody was doubling on. Like, everybody was doubling down on it. But just because of lack of foresight, something came and disrupted the ecosystem. Pure technology. At our bank, someone better invent airtime that you can buy airtime on your bank, from your bank, using USSD. How many kiosks don't say watch your phone call? I tell what the charge card. No. The only thing that you are seeing today again is the agent banking. That POS. Again, there are always a truth that will stand the test of time. And the truth, the agent banking was what? ATM. And many don't use ATM or buy anything. So again, if you get that truth, if there is anything that you take away from this place today, it's in that personal truth for yourself, and nobody will be able to beat you at it. A whole lot of things will be disrupted, but once you have that your personal conviction, come rain, come sun, like, you are doubling down on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for the developers, for the young chaps going into the uni, like, have that personal truth seeking. Have reason. Uncle A for an idea, Uncle B for an idea. You still internalize it, and you pick the one that you believe is going to work, right? I'm very, very heavy on God. Like, you can do every other thing, but by the grace of God, prayerfully, like, He will declare it. Do you understand? So I understand also. Number one, yeah. I move to number two. Cherry Yato. Tó máa ń wà lẹ́ni tó gbé ẹsẹ̀ àkọ́kọ́ síbi ẹnu ọ̀nà, àtẹni tó lọ jìnnàjìnnà. Is this second and third order thinking? Kí ni mo pè? Second and order thinking. Oh, funny, but most of the products that have stand the test of time in the ecosystem, be it human beings, most of the CEOs that have stand the test of time, most of the engineers that have stand the test of time, most of the people that have built the right product, they operate in this particular scenario. Kì í ṣe pé mo fẹ́ sáré ṣe yahoo kí n sáré gbowó kí n ṣe ọmọ pẹ́ o. Like, you think out the efficacy of it. That's the second order. Like it is Yahoo Yahoo. I want to go the wrong route. Say Yahoo Yahoo only stand test of time over the next 5 years. Like we have various scenarios. Like there is a graph for all the hot Yahoo boy when we were growing up. At the end of the day, I'm going to Yahoo. At the end of the day, I'm going to like yeah, last student. At the end of the day, I'm going to Olopako. Like that's the graph. Because like it's like literally you fast track what it's not supposed to be. So what's the second and third order thinking of the path that you've chosen? Do you want to run your life cycle in 5 years and that's the end of it? Do you want to stand the test of time that in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, they are still saying that, hey, that's Michael doing? Do you understand what I'm saying? And all this actually comes from second and third order thinking because you actually think in time. You look at the decision that I'm making today. It's a decision, eat and run. No, I want something that is actually sustainable. And again, maybe for the folks that are just learning a couple of things, don't be discouraged, right? My Egbon over there, he made mention of how he was able to work with Excel and every other thing. At the earlier stage, when you are learning all these soft skills, there will be make a beginning. Like, when am I going to count my first cash? There will be that question. But the most interesting part of it is that at the earlier stage, it's a building up process. I call my move. We are 300,000 projects. No, we got 300,000 projects. You double down on it. After that one, 1 million naira projects. Over for the first 6 months, anything they might wow. But the part of you being consistent and just scaling up on whatever you are doing, respect your skills acquisition, definitely yield results. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the very foundation can actually be very, very wrong. The foundation of you, develop. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say, he's very sweet. He's very no. If you want to do something that will stand the test of time, I think the hard work is in cracking this second and third order thinking. Báwo ni mo ṣe lè ṣe excel tèmi tó máa yàtọ̀ sí ti ẹni báyìí máa present? Wọ́n ní ká ya pie chart. Ṣé mi fẹ́ máa kàn kó data yẹn in raw form every now and then? Or I want to do something that will just automate it. Automatically refresh by the whole system automatically refresh the whole data. Like all these things comes from you thinking in second order. Because again, Olema one in the system, they go download data at every point in time. All you just need to do is just to click on refresh. That's you thinking in time. That's you thinking of like, yes, what's the next thing that needed to be done? So as a product person in your personal life, embracing the second and third order thought process is super, super important. What's your name? Godwin. Everything we do today, God has win. Yeah, what class are you? SS3. What would you like to study? What would you like to study? Science. Like give me any of the scope, like any of the field. Medicine, biological science, which one? Civil engineering. Right? Godwin, be by over study civil engineering. Like that conviction is there. Probably you have seen some model, like maybe somebody that studies civil engineering in the community. What informed your decision? Like what informed your decision? Like, yes, bullet for Yoruba and don't be shy. Like there is no wrong or right answer. You understand? So what you learn so the daily answer. You understand? Oh yeah, like what informed your decision? Yeah. Kí ló dé tó fẹ́ fi ṣe engineering? Owó ẹ̀. Yeah, ṣó rẹ anybody tó ti ṣe? Or anybody tó ti ṣe engineering? So again, ó ti rí nítorí lẹ́yìn environment there. That's what it's trying to double down. So in the next 5 years, in the next 5 years, ẹ jọ tó dúró náà ṣé àwọn èèyàn ṣì máa ṣe civil engineering àbáwọn machine yóò kàn máa ṣe gbogbo ohun tó kálukú fẹ́ ṣe. Kí ni nǹkan tí mo lè ṣe pẹ́pẹ́ àwọn machine ni wọ́n ń kọ́ ilé in actual sense? What's that thing that me now can do to stand at an advantage? Ọmọ tí mo bá ti wọ college, everybody máa kàwé, èmi náà máa kàwé o, but mo ní láti study in tó bá ti jọmọ́ artificial intelligence and how it's going to help me on my civil engineering field. Do you understand? That's how to take it up into the second order and third order thought process. Am I making sense at all? Okay. So, sorry, like mo will be by mo segment the 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 two set of people that we have in here. I think for the earlier part, I targeted the guys that are going to college. All right. For the developers, innovators, and every other person in here, right? Even any business. This particular one that I want to talk about is something that will work anyway, even for a business person. Once you identify what works, you double down on it. Once you identify what works, kí ni mo mean by LA? I will give you guys 2 examples, like real life example. All right. So when I first got it, an example of one that failed and the other one is largely successful. I was staying with one of my friends. His name is Mayo. So what's it called? Like all this bar, like people go there in the evening, just chill and every other thing. But at the end of the day, somebody share reconciliation, they always have problem with reconciliation. Because bar attendants don't have first beer, we take back, but don't record it. You know now, like how those places get busy in the evening. And again, maybe you can actually paint it very well. How many of us remember the earlier day of a supermarket? Like báwọn ṣe máa ń pọ̀ níbẹ̀, ẹ kàn wá imagine ẹni tó máa take táwọn èèyàn ń rà, àwọn security, àwọn tó manage stock, ṣe pé àwọn kan pọ̀ sí báàgì wáàdì wọn. So that was the that we have. So tó wá kàn ní ìrọ̀lẹ́, person that placed an order, blah, 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 blah. The guy is unable to reconcile the number of drinks, move the chillers into the different tables. And myself and my guy, like, yeah. And at that time, I think Maiwa was working with Interswitch? So, like, I think we can do something for Pro. So, what if we develop something that we help him, like each attendance, what develop more anything, it's with your name. You just press a button. What you are picking? Oh, you are picking Hollandia you got. You press the number of Hollandia you got that you are picking. No need for book. In the evening, everybody just check the back end, look at the money that is in stock and every other thing, and balances off his account. And yeah. And I will tell you one particular mistake that we made on this particular front. Again, we saw this problem from the very first source of contact. We understood the problem. But again, I want to overthink it. Because àwọn tá àti process mẹ́wàá ò tí lò, èyàn yẹ ọ̀kan kó o ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lò, bros kan kó o ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lò. Àti ń ro bó ṣe máa rí gbá 10,000, èyàn 10,000 la máa fẹ́ kó lò. Bó làwọn èyàn 10,000 yẹn, báwo ló ṣe máa kọ́ rí? No, èyàn 20,000, èyàn 20,000 bá bọ́ sórí ẹ̀, tí wọ́n kàn ń lò, bó ló ṣe máa kọ́ rí? We were living in the referral of doing nothing because the fantasy of not seeing what we for a single person before we start doubling down. What up? The referral of it's going to be a very sweet product. 20,000 people will use it. And 20,000, everything low. Bye. Like, SCI is shaking your cousin, or looking at me, low. You understand? And again, in the ecosystem, and this goes out to the developer here, I'm going to be very, very blunt with you guys. Like, I say it to most of my guys. You guys always like to live in an uptier of, I want to build it and be thinking of scale like the way Mark Zuckerberg have X now, the way Elon Musk, what's it called, Meta now, the way Elon Musk is running X now and Tesla. Man, let's build the fucking system and get it to work at the earlier stage. Let that one person first use it. Don't think of scale. I don't know the person that I'm talking to, but if he's thinking of scale, that is your problem. Forget that bullshit cost scale and just pick for one person first. You have not rolled out anything for people to use because you are thinking already in tens of thousands. Sorry, I'm going to be very, very emotional about this because I've seen how painful it can be. You are not doing anything because you are thinking of rolling it out to million people. Roll it out to the first one user. Build for one. Build for one. That's what I say. Just build for one. Let that one person use that product, give you that feedback that is needed, and go back to your drawing table. Do you understand what I'm saying? The one person, that one person, they go low. This system never might crash. They go crash. You pick up your learnings from that person and you go back into your drawing table and you build up again. After 10 years, àkọ́kọ́ bá tún ti lò, èèyàn mẹ́wàá ó lè lò. Èèyàn mẹ́wàá bá ti lò, let that system fucking break again. And still go back into the drawing table. You build for 10. After 10 people, they are now using it successfully. Then you can now start thinking of 100. But the major barrier that we have as a community in the tech space today is that most of our developers are thinking of 1 million users when you've not built for one person. Do you understand what I'm saying? Most of our developers are thinking of 1 million users when you've not built for one person. Yeah, I think it's Dr. Miles Muro that said it. Like, the place on this art is graveyard. There are plenty products like LOME will never build. There are products that are meant to be greater than the Facebook of this world that are living in people's heads because they are thinking of 1 million users. They are thinking of 1 billion users. They are thinking of 10 billion users. Wọ́n máa ti kọ́ gbé product ẹ̀ jáde báyìí. Ṣé ẹ gbé jáde? Máa ti kọ́ gbé product ẹ̀ jáde báyìí. Ta ló jẹ́ Mark Zuckerberg? Ta ló jẹ́ náà? Ṣé ẹ gbé jáde? Jẹ́ kí èèyàn kan kọ́ lò. Jẹ́ kí èèyàn kan kọ́ lò. I'm saying this very strongly. Permit me, I use some F word in between, but just to drive down the point for the developers that we have in the house here. Build for one. I'm begging. Build for one. What did I say, class? So when you have now built for one, go into the part of where we now need to now embrace technologies to drive home some of this point. You build for one, you build for 10. And these 10 people, they are coming consistently to come and buy. This same thing is the same thing for business. So for the guy, and again, it's not everybody that we handle computer and start coding. There are some of us that are going to be on the business end of things in the tech ecosystem. Do you guys know that there are business end of things in the tech ecosystem? How many of us know that? Oh, need that to call any programming. Oh, need that to, like, you are just on the business end of things and you are earning your cool cash. We have the likes of the product managers that their own is just to look at the product. wọ́n sóyìnbó gba user yóò ní like ibi tẹ́ gbé button yìí sí ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé button yìí sókè eléyìí ni wọ́n máa kọ́ rí ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé advertisement yẹn ká gbé sí àgbọ̀n báyìí ní táwọn kan ṣe nìyẹn o àwọn ò ní fọwọ́ kẹ́ anything and they earn well as much as an engineer would do. So what am I saying about the product market? The time that you know you have a product, when you know you have a product, when you have some consistent use, using that your particular product over and over again. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have a product, àbí ó máa mọ̀ pé òun tà ní shop, àwọn tó ń ẹni tó bá lọ́jà, àbáni tó bá ní supermarket, ó máa mọ̀ pé òun tà, wípé tó ń tà yìí o, wípé kì í ṣe ọjà òkúta o. Tó bá rí táwọn customer ń wá tí wọ́n ń jáde. For the first 1 month, tàbí èèyàn bíi méjì ló ń wá, tó kàn ń wá consistently. Like there will be a signal that, yeah, whatsoever I'm doing on this particular spot, like there is actually potential on this particular thing that I'm doing. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. You are trying to test, you are trying to synthesize around this particular period, just to be sure that you are not going to say, pardon my, yeah, maybe you are not going to Kano and you say you want to be selling beer in front of the Sultan Palace. It doesn't make sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. So for you to achieve this thing called product market, and so for the first 1 user, for the first 10 users, like they will get used to that product. That's why I'm gonna my idea. Why don't you do it like this? Why don't you do it like this? I think the last thing that I want to talk about, like they will not get used to that particular product. Like, if they don't see the product, are you calling me? Like if they don't get to use our products, they will like, it's like something is missing in their body. I've given you an example of that my guy product that we were supposed to work on together. He's an excellent guy, but again, we are always slow on speed of execution. But again, when I got into Chowdeck, right, to the glory of God, I've seen the number of orders being processed move from hundreds to tens of thousands now, like from 100 moving to tens of thousands now, 40,000, 50,000 deliveries in a day, just because we built for the first set of users that are very loyal to the product. And so I'm sure build, oh nice. So my try, our first set of users that you built for, they will even be the one distributing the product for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like they will be the go-to-market guys for you. Like, my product, but when nice, and nothing go further than word of mouth. But when I need Facebook me by, and you may already Facebook ad. You pay download Facebook. If you open Facebook, raise up your hand. No, can you know? You may already Instagram ad to open Instagram this thing. Raise up your hand. What of Facebook? Card. Card and make you to open Facebook. No, it's a network effect. It's a network effect. If the product is super solid, the next person will tell you like, I'm going to download Facebook. Go, she will know this. I remember my friend Yusuf. He's in the US now. But I go call she Facebook buy. Mother me so I want to download Facebook. So there was a FOMO on all of us, fear of missing out. Like, I'm going to Facebook. Okay, look at person download. Already, me àti Toy, the doctor. I download Facebook. Lọ́dọ̀ àwọn Yusuf. Lọ́dọ̀ Alhaji Adua. Ọjọ́ ìlà download. Kí la fẹ́ ṣe ń bẹ? But just because somebody is telling us like, a whole lot of people, gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà lórí Facebook. Gbogbo wa la download ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Just because Mark Zuckerberg in the US, in his college, has built a few communities. What's the name? Godwin, you can build something. Like Palasa no Mama do. Like Papa Basin, you are from Like you see every other person, oh, they remember to oh, they remember to my do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? Things like that. You build for few people, achieve the product market fit, and you double down on it. I think the last slide, sorry, I will rush down just to delay on the part of skill. There are things that are very, very important, and there are various enablers, right? Number one, data, 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 data. Was in there even AI that Maximus talked about Gen Z. When Gen Z AI gun data.
Ṣé màá máa kọ biography wọn ni?
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I've been in this session now for the past like maybe like
Mi ò
35
ṣáà lè
minutes
máa
or
kọ
so,
pé
and I've been speaking.
gbogbo tí
Oh,
wọ́n
me, oh yeah, just for any other person. And our brain in itself has been able to see like, this is Michael's voice and it's different from Mr. Ojo's voice. Do you understand? Just because our brain has been able to process it. So there is that part of data that will ensure you track the necessary data points to improve your processes. So you develop the product. What's your data saying? Is there anywhere that the customers are churning out? Is there a particular point that they are dropping off? So do you need to refine tune something? Data is going to tell you that. Again, there's also the part of cloud computing. Bobo, see Facebook, have any computer, so we manage everything. How many computers I manage? Eh? Like Google accounts, Google account, I load them on the Facebook account. Abi? So I can why imagine pé wọ́n fẹ́ máa gbé record oníkálukú pamọ́ kí kọ̀ǹpútà ẹyọ kan, like everything must skyrocket now. And again, I think some of us might be hearing the word cloud computing. Kéde pé kọ̀ǹpútà kan kì í sojú ọ̀run o. Kọ̀ǹpútà wa kì í sojú ọ̀run. Kọ̀ǹpútà yẹn kan wà ní dedicated spot. So there can be what we call a data center. Like Facebook, Loni, or Meta as a company, they are the owner of it. So from that dedicated data center, in the record on Kaluku, one thing keep it. So the processing capacity to one required to process, or maybe the number of users, just because it's festive period, people are uploading a whole lot of pictures, people are uploading a whole lot of video. There is more resources that is needed on the side of the computer. There are repository that way instantly, like the system is able to call on them. Do you understand? And with phone, one man, you don't have enough memory to upload the picture. How many of you have had that experience on WhatsApp before? Bó ṣe máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tí space bá ti tán lórí kọ̀ǹpútà náà nìyẹn. But to mitigate this, like o ti build fún èèyàn mẹ́wàá, o ti build fún èèyàn 100. Tó bá ti di kó fi máa wọ èèyàn 1 million, you definitely be thinking of something at scale that you can call on a system resource that will just double up instead of you saying that we will cook up that so that I want to log in so account, like every one of them will be able to use it. And the last point is automation and efficiency. I'm not going to be doubling down on that. I think Maximus earlier said a whole lot of things around this particular piece. Artificial intelligence is like a magic. And like for most of us, artificial share the magic. But so that we don't now say that, Omo, yóò gbàṣẹ lọ́wọ́ kálukú ní artificial intelligence yìí o. Àbí àwọn agents, you guys need to see, like, maybe find to what the AI can actually do. Like, it's super, super, super crazy. Super amazing. Oma, at this stage, kan, taba sora. Yeah. Taba sora. Inte AI. Inte AI ma foka loku. AI no mama pisholok pa de o mama. Yeah. But there's a whole lot of potential on this particular side of the ecosystem. So much potential on this particular front. So all these digital technologies, so bá ti build for àkọ́kọ́ yẹn mẹ́wàá, èèyàn 1,000, you can apply them. There is a strong growth. There is a very, very strong play that they have in the game of scale. But again, if you are not taking anything out from this session, is you break the barrier of not wanting to roll things out, like just roll it out first. Then you can now think about scale. I think lastly, which of course I believe has been mentioned, má lọ jókòó pamọ́ síbi kan pé àwa ni à ń dá ṣe ń kọ́nà mo wà ní kọ́nà kan rárá. Connect, reach out. They are community ready to help. They are accelerators. They are accelerators ready to help. They will even give you stipends. Do you understand what I'm saying? Accelerators are ready to help. Some of them will even give you stipends just because of the impact of what you are doing. You're a community builder. Like there are some people that their CSR budget is definitely for community building. You understand? Join a boot camp. Like I'm so happy to see you guys here. Like super happy to see guys from secondary school in here. Like this literally made my day. Like go out, go to boot camp. You don't know what you are going to hear from where. There are some couple of guys that we've met at boot camp before, and some of them are working in a very, very strong place now. And these are the things that actually give joy, right? Reach out. Don't build in silos. Please and please, don't build in silos. Enterprise Republic is always there. I know there is 24/7 power supply. Abi, Ola? There is 24/7 power supply. There are communities of mentors that reach out. People are looking to give back to the community. People are looking out for people to mentor. Reach out. But before you reach out, you must have show working. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? Thank you very much, everyone, for having me. And I'm grateful for this opportunity. Right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toyibo. Michael, that was a beautiful one. And please, if you're hungry, just log on to Chodek and order whatever you want to order. Can we order here in Oyo? Why will it be only in Ibadan? You're talking about Chodek to us. That shows that we need another Chodek in Oyo. And you might be the one that will do it. Àmàlà Ọ̀yọ́ nìkan ni ó ní SI unit àmàlà. Yes, now tó wá dé Ìbàdàn wọn lámàlà wo lè fún wa ní ṣé white lè fẹ́ àbí black. Ṣé o ti wọ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ní kan tó fẹ́ pa àmàlà wo ló fẹ́? Ẹyọ kan náà làmàlà Ọ̀yọ́. Bó o bá dé Jẹ̀bú á ní ṣé àmàlà ọ̀fẹ́ ló fẹ́ ní àbí láfún ló fẹ́ ní àbí kìíní kan. Bọ̀ lọ́yọ̀ọ́ ń bí tán pa àmàlà ó fẹ́ jẹ́ àmàlà ni. So why don't we have our own unadulterated Abula site? Let people order it now. Látòrí oúnjẹ tó wọ́n tó fi dórí oúnjẹ wájú ìdàkà ń kà ń bẹ yẹn 100 naira wà ń bẹ. So a round of applause for Mr. Toyibo for that. We are going to take 1 or 2 questions before we go for break because we need to go for Juma. Questions? If you have questions, let's have your hands up so that we can quickly take them. I will tell you a story about Mr. Toyibo's this thing. Question, let me take them first. Okay, okay, we have 1 question. What again? Okay, that's about it. Please, let me extend the microphone to him, please. Where's the other mic? Okay, at the back. Please raise up your hand, okay.
Thank you very much. I don't know. Can we please put another round of applause for him? Because he tried, you know. Thank you very much for that session. I just want to ask this question. The question is not towards product, it's not towards anything. It's about we, like it's about me, right? I want to ask in a sense that I want to see myself as a product, right? And the first thing that I noticed that you said you need to tell yourself the truth. So you said we should build for one. So I'm looking at 2025, right? I'm looking at myself and I don't know. So in the case of myself, I want to scale as a person. And you know, there's all these aspire to Maguire, all of these, you know, you have to have different sources of financial income. blah, 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 blah. And you said you need to build for one. Now, how do I scale down? Like, does it make any sense? Do you have to scale up every time? Is there anything called scaling down?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm trying to internalize that question, right? So maybe ask another set of questions as part of the truth seeking, right? So when you say scale down and scale up, do you mean a positive end of things and scaling down on a negative end of things? Okay. So, but like maybe you can give me an example so that I'm not addressing what it.
So let me try to paint a background story. So like scaling up that we all know is like you are going, you are progressing, you are doing fine and all of those things. But then I'm looking at, is it possible for someone to just scale down? Don't kill yourself. It's as if you're not moving. I'm just looking at that build for one methodology.
Got it. Got it. So on the part of scaling down, maybe it's not scaling down in quotes, right? So there are some period that is needed. We call it hiatus, or maybe period of hibernation. But that period of hibernation in quotes is not like you are not doing things. You are just like you are still scaling up, but with less noise, with less attention. Like maybe personal focus on yourself. Oh, in the year 2025, you have a particular objective that you want to achieve. And maybe what will be needed for you to achieve that objective is going back to school. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are periods that you might need to scale down on some couple of things and figure out the requirement of what will take you to where you want to go to. I don't know whether it's making sense. You want to go to Harvard, you want to go to Stanford, you want to further on your education. There are periods that you might need to scale down on some things that are moving in tandem to what you want to achieve. You ask yourself the basic question. You've done your truth seeking. Oh, what I want to do is this. In the next XX years, thinking in time, second order thinking. I want to become this. From my check, I will need this and this to get there, right? So what do I need to do? If I don't take this step now, right, I might not be able to take this step again. So there is a high possibility that, oh, I'm doubling down on this particular front before, and it's not working in line with what I want to achieve. So let me scale down on it and focus on this particular one. Do you understand? Right? It's just like a sense of trade-off that you might want to call a trade, like a scale down, but in the real sense, it's not actually scaling down because you are intensifying your energy on another thing that will materialize for you on the second order process. Have I been able to answer your question?
Thank you very much, sir. My question is one, and I want to ask about, based on your experience as being Director of Strategy and Expansion in Project, I want to ask you, how do you keep being motivated personally? And the reason why I ask this question is because when someone is starting off in tech, there's some certain things you keep as a motivation, maybe money, maybe you want to prove to your friends that you can do it, and those that have laughed concerning your first, output, you just want to prove it. But sooner or later, you get to a level whereby it looks as if the cups become to get steep, whereby when you do internal assessment, there is not a way you can say, I'm making progress. There's some certain things you have to do to switch to the next level, but the motivation to get to that level is not there. That's been one of the personal challenges I've been struggling with. I know there's some things I have to do. I know this is what I have to do, but the motivation to do it is not there. Sometimes I try to look to my experiences or history, but those motivation are not there. How can someone overcome that personal thing?
I think very solid question and very, very realistic. I will be very, very plain with you, right? There are cycles in life, and I know everybody might at one time or the other face it. There will be a time that even secondary school, just get tired of secondary school. Almost go check quick holiday can wale anybody matter no see anywhere. I go to bed in wrong. In university, when you get into university too, maybe at year 3 or year 4, almost ask to can strike. For some of us that went like people ask about lost sleep, you understand? Things like that happen, right? But again, òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ọbẹ̀ ni pé má parọ́ fún ẹ. Like you seek your own personal truth. Like things might at times want to look stagnant. Things at times might not want to be giving you the kind of things that you've seen on your path. Is there any capacity build up that you need to do? Is there any particular skills that you need to like take in? Before you take the job, you know all those things are probably entice you, right? Again, to the glory of God, I want to say money is my own motivation, right? I just love impact. Like most of the places that I've worked, to the glory of God, I've never had to apply to them. They literally reach out. So the part of money, I don't even want to discuss salary with someone. Like, just give me the industry best standard. Let me move. That's the way me I see things. So the part of money might not necessarily, because again, like man tempts at times. So that personal part of truth seeking is an impact. The impact that you are looking at. You're able to make the impact. Like, what's feeling? What's the definition of success to you? Do you understand what I'm saying? You check internally, like, what will I call like, oh, I'm successful? After 5 years, after 10 years, what's the definition of success to you? Are you able to define it? So those are the things that will resonate. If success to you is like, over the past XX years, I've been able to train more than 10,000 students. Because again, when I was reflecting on this year 2024, I think one of my major high points is like, yes, in the whole ecosystem now, I've trained more than 10,000 trainers. So yeah, maybe that's one checkpoint for me. Like, oh, let every other person be posting what they want to post. But internally, I know like it's like fulfilling to me. So you have to check internally. I understand this S, and that's why I'm in. It's possible. It comes to everybody. So I can give example, but I was secondary school. Like I lost this strike. I've been only okay. I've been only for school. I don't know university. Casus said strike. I became student in your parents. So that call comes in. But again, you must always find your mojo. Like move up, like to study more. If you need to read more, it's not aspire to perspire. There's a room for capacity building. There are times you need to like build up your capacity. Yeah. I hope I'll be able to answer your question.
Mr. Tonybo, you have to stay around until after the break. I think you are not going to. Yes, but we're not taking those questions now. Yeah. Yes, we're not taking them now because we need to go for Jumat. We need to. It will still be around, please. Please. It will still be around. Please, engineer, I beg you. Because we need to go for break, and people need to go and prepare. Those that will lead the Jumat and everything. Don't worry, there are plenty of things you are going to learn. It's all about options and choices and all those things. I was meaning to tell you a story about food, but I would not tell you because it makes you very hungry. But if you don't mind, one day I went for a program and they said it was serve yourself. And they gave us one small plate. I was so hungry. Big program, and I got there and I just put rice. Give me spoon better in 1, 2, 3. So much they don't have serve but the best spoon. Yes. So some of you, when you are making options in tech, sometimes you need to know, you're making choices, you need to know your options. Don't worry. So keep all your questions until after the break. When we come, we're going to open with Mr. Toyinbo. And maybe we even put him on hot seat alongside 2 or 3 other people and fire them very well. Mr. Toyinbo, you better be prepared. Don't ask to Maguire's speech. Today we are going to unravel them. So a round of applause for everybody that have been here since morning. I think now you can stretch your feet and you can go for prayers, or we can do 1 or 2 things. Or there will be bottled water, please. If you need, you can just get one for yourself. Or maybe when you come back, so that we can refresh. Don't worry, there will be food, there will be biscuits, there will be everything. Mostly Chodek. Chodek. You can make order on Chodek. So don't forget to share hashtag OIM 2024 and then hashtag Enterprise Republic. Please, I've not been seeing your posts. I've been trying to check on X and on Facebook. Let's try and do that, please. Thank you so much. We reconverge in the next 20 minutes. We are reconverging in the next 20 minutes, please. Thank you. Okay, there is a Juma mosque somewhere beside that petrol station, please. At the filling station across, there is a Juma praying ground there, please. If you want to pray, there is a Juma praying ground at the filling station across. There's a Juma praying ground there. Thank you so much.
Olamide, if you're hearing me, I think you need to set up Dr. Odefun show for our session so that you know everything is running fine.
Hello, 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 hello. Please, if you are here for the program, let's come back in, please. The last session of the day is about starting. Please, if you are here for the program, once you're back from Jumat, please let's come in and let's get started so that we can leave this place by 3:30 as we have planned. Please help bring in those outside that we're starting now. I am still looking forward to seeing your hashtag OIM 2024 on Twitter, X, on Instagram, Snapchat, everywhere you have. Please do share the love and let's repost, let's follow you. If you're on Twitter, please just put the hashtag OIM 2024 and we're going to follow you. I'm going to retweet, I'm going to repost, I'm going to share whatever you're posting and I will follow you too. All right, please, let's come in. Let's come in, please. So that we can commence the last session of this program. Please, let's come in. There's those people that have questions before Mr. Toyimbo leaves. I want to take your question. Those of you that have questions for Mr. Toyimbo, you have questions for him. Bring it on, please. Those of you that have questions for Mr. Toyimbo, he has just 5 minutes left so that I can take the questions. And also, we're going to drop the email address for Enterprise where you can drop all your questions and you can be sure that they will be communicated to you promptly. All the questions that you have for any of our speakers or the panelists, just bring them on. We'll send it to them and they will reply you promptly through an email address that will be given to you, that will be streamed on the screen any moment from now. So please let our people come in. Mr. Toyimbo has so many deliveries to orchestrate. So people are already in their tens and hundreds booking for Moyo. They are booking Amala from Ibadan. Hello, please let's come inside, please. Thank you, Mr. Ogo. We are. Sir?
Please, can you activate the video? We can't see. We can't see anything.
All right, please, I want to make this announcement that we have a game that we wanted to log into. And also, I would like to introduce some guys that are trying to pioneer the Oyo Innovators Forum. There's a very strong need for us to have all right, we have a few things left now. We are going to have one more presentation. In a few minutes, we are going to take questions for Mr. Toyibo. After that, we are going to have the speech, the final speech from Professor Seun Kolade from the UK. And then we are going to have two presentations. Okay, we have 5 things left. Show deck is number 5. Please, if you want to place an order, you can register, download the Chodek app now. Go to your app store, go to your Play Store, and download CHOWDECK. I think I'm right, but so download Chodek now, and you can sign up. Sign up, Mr. Fato, give us your promo code now. You know, get. All right. So there's a first time code of 500 naira. What I would advise you is if I were you, I'll just put another 500 naira so that I can buy Coke 500 and do not 350. Jara is not part of your this thing. All right. So please let's sign up to download and sign up to Chodek so that you can show. You know what show is? All right. So shortly after this, I will bring on Professor Seun Kolade. After his speech, the founder's speech, we are going to have testimony from someone that was at the last training that we had here, and that is currently here today, is a beneficiary of the Enterprise Republic facility and training. And after that, we are going to have a short game, and the game is going to take like a minute or two for the first 30 people that can register on that site. Then after that, we're going to have the last presentation for the day for the next 30 minutes. And after that, we're going to choke. We choke. There is rice soup very plenty. There's no soup there, it is jollof rice. Engineer Tunde Jimo, you know, we literally have to beg the DSS to make sure that Mr. Toyibo is around so that I can take your question and everybody can listen to what you have to say. Yes, let's bring you the mic. And okay, and let me say that aside from his questions, if you have questions, please, there's going to be an email address that you can send your questions so that you can have detailed answer. Either your question is for a panelist, either your question is for those that are presented, you can always write them, send, then we are going to get answers to them.
Mr. Michael, good afternoon, sir. We are glad to have you. Chodek is a tool that many of us actually use, so it's glad to see that you're also part of it. So my name is Tunde Jimo. So hypothetically, I'm a 23-year-old Oyo resident. So my first question is, why don't we have Chodek in Oyo town? That's the first question. The second is, whether yes or no, if there is Chodek in your town, because I'm 23-year-old, I'm a tech enthusiast, how can I what benefits or what opportunities are available for me to explore in child tech, if it's going to be maybe the retailing or distributor or whatever, maybe even the tech part of it, or how can I come, how can I benefit part of the listening. The third is that because I'm 23-year-old and we've created a forum called the Oyo Innovators Forum. So we are like-minded, many of us are teenagers, many of us are still in university. So how do you seek to help us to grow the tech system in Oyo town? What can we count on you for? How can you be of help? How can you help us to put Oyo on the map? Since we're also trying our own space to see what we can do to increase the digital footprint of Oyo town, Italy. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir. And I also love to the every person I went to June. Yeah. So I think the first question on why don't we have a child deck in Oyo town? All right. So if I'm to answer that question like truthfully, right? For any expansion, to the glory of God, I'm in charge of expansion at child deck also. For every bit of expansion that is being done, there are a couple of things that we ideally check. Right? So, it's in a game. If we have if we have to buy, if we have the rider in here, are they used to food delivery? So all those things are the key things that we check. And for context, like for most of the people that pass through Ibadan very well, like we have child like growing very strongly in Ibadan. Of recent, we have opened also in Ogbomoso. And again, I would just want to put it out there that it's coming down home. So I think, yeah, in the new year, I'm not promising, but I think we should have child also open in Oyo town. On the second part of it, on what's in there for Oyo community, if child is to open and every other thing, right? Again, there is a three-sided business. So if you have anybody that is into food vending, if you have fleet of bikes that you want people to use for delivery, there are a whole lot of ways to like participate in the old side of the business. Or if you are a business owner, so instead of just looking for an Okada guy to do the delivery for you every now and then, there is a product on child and calling. All you just need to do is to put the address of the person that you want to deliver the package to, and the rider will come into your place, pick it up, and deliver it at little or no price to you, right? So I think that part is there on the product end. On what to do to support the tech ecosystem, to the glory of God, I think largely I've been paying very much attention to this particular bit, right? I'm always available for mentorship, support. I think he can bear me witness. My brother also there can also bear me witness. I think anything around Oyo and tech, like whether it's comfortable or it's not comfortable, ideally I should be inside just sleeping because of the code. But just because I've made that particular commitment that I will be here today, like it's Oyo, I have to make sure that I'm here. So in terms of mentorship, if you have any platform that you want me to join in, that you want me to focus on my friends, to come around, to come and speak to people, come and train people, I'm happy to do it, like without any cost. Like the glory of God, we've been doing it. I think we've been doing this since 2019, like at no cost to anybody. We are able to come around to come and do, of course, like collaboration with Enterprise Republic. We check everything that needs to be checked, and like yeah, once we are green, like we're happy to come around to come and facilitate sessions. And again, as much as people that can reach out, as much as people that can be mentored, I'm always open to mentorship. Right. Thank you, sir.
The last question.
Good afternoon once again. I would like to first thank all the speaker and the panelists. But my own question goes to the panelists. My name is Badeyoka Taufik. I am a civil servant and I'm a data engineering and data science as well. For the panelists, when they were discussing about acting to the young ones, most especially targeting the secondary school students, is a good thing. But one thing I tried to jot down the other time was, if there is one thing to impact, there's another thing to follow up. According to what engineer told us, they've trained 2,000 more in the past. Is there kind of follow up for all these students who have graduated from this training? One. Two, we all know that tech now, people see it as a ogunwo. Let me use it as a Yoruba. In terms of course, there's money in tech, we all know. Motivation, if we have it at the initial stage, is a bad motivator to us. Because I have it when I want to juggle with my lecturing job with of a thing, when I want to swap my career. But another thing is to train this set of people. After we train them finished, engineers, sir, is there going to be a platform for them to secure their fourth internship? Because this thing is very, very paramount. That is where they learn in the process. They learn on the job. But if you just train them, finish, and you just leave them, go and secure your admission in university. Some of them just leave it. That's the reason why I first talked about follow-up. Then also, I think if we can adopt this kind of a thing, after they train, those are exemptional among them, who distinguish themselves among others. If you try to secure a kind of job for them, irrespective of having university certificates, having their money may not go directly to the cost. Probably you can just say, okay, 5% go to your cost for your data. This certain percent will be saved for future purpose. You can create an account in which they will not even have access to touch it until maybe after 4 years they finish from their university, or they want to pay for their university education. If you secure a job for them, it will serve as a motivator for all who are coming up. Because as time goes on, what they will start asking is, wọ́n lè ṣe training fún wọn. Ìgbà tán ṣe training fún yín tán, kí lẹ fi ṣe? That is my own point of view. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think I want doing like I should. Engineer, please come and provide answers to some of these very pertinent questions. Now. The first question is follow up. The second one is having placement.
Okay, I think those are very valid questions. And those are questions we have actually asked ourselves as well. I think, first of all, we have to accept that not everybody, tech is in two phases. You have the core tech and you have the soft tech. Content creation, designing, and stuff. Those are kind of soft tech, you know. And then you have the core tech, programming, development, and all that. So we have tried to see how we can follow up with some of our kids, and some of them are actually here today, and they're actually doing very well in their own spaces. So what we are looking at is, you know, I always emphasize on community. We are trying to see how we can build a community where it doesn't have to be us directly, okay, where you can have your peers, peer review, peer strategy sessions where they can also get gigs as well. Because the way it is that it's difficult for us to, I must be frank with you, this is a secondary occupation for us. This is not all we do. This is not what pays a bill. You understand? We also have our businesses that we manage. But the idea is to have a system that can thrive irrespective of whether you're around or not. That's why we have now created, or we have notched the younger ones to create what we call the Oyo, what was it now? Oyo Innovator. Can you stand up, Eden, please? Please help us give him a round of applause. So Eden was in SS2 when we did our first, SS2, SS3. SS2 when we did our first cohorts at the time, and he's a very outstanding guy. So you can see he's sitting there today with deep programming, and now he's fully into tech. You know, so that's one of our success stories. So if you can have a forum where amongst them, they can have a chain of instruction, you know, because there's only so much that we can, because to be honest with you, they're actually smarter than us. It's just that they don't have direction. They don't know what to think. And now that we are actually pushing them in that direction, we expect that over time, they are going to be able to, you know, nurture themselves and then increase the growth of the forum. The second is that we are actually looking at getting a space here. So we are also in discussion with enterprise, such that when kids finish secondary school, while they are home, or even when they are in university, or maybe when they're on break, they can come around. There's a space, you have computer, you have lights, you have data. So you can always come and then do your stuff, learn, and then we will now be the ones to be periodic, I don't know, maybe examination. Okay, show us, what do you have? We can also be given a task. Okay, this is your task for the month of April. This is your task. So develop this tool, develop that tool. In the process of you developing, you can also get gigs, because that's the idea. We are not really a tech company per se. We are more like tech enablers. You understand? So we expect that by the time we nudge you, there will be a point where you get your whatever, and then you get to get a job actually is actually easy now. The only problem is that you are competing with Indonesians, you are competing with Indians, you are competing with everybody across the board. So for you to get a job, you have to be good enough. You have to be better than the next person. You understand? So we can provide placement or internship, even though we try to get them gigs. And I think Eden is also here. We try to get them a few things that they can do. But if you have 200 people out of the bunch that you've trained that are serious, you can't get just for 200 of them. That's why I actually posed that question to Mr. Michael, because I believe that he is in a position to enable more people, because of the kind of business it has to do with a lot of retail and growth, and you know, so I'm glad he has committed himself. So it's also an opportunity for them to find a way to network with him and then link up with opportunities. So I think that should, you know, physically we can't actually give employment to everybody, but we can enable them and show them the path, and then in no time they also come back and give back to the community.
At the back of our mind, whatever interventions we are doing, we must not do it the way the Nigerian government did it and has backfired. Where you train people with the intention of civil service job. So when you don't get it, it's like, if you are doing any social impact or intervention with that in mind, then they become like an albatross. Then, uncle, no. We must know, not trying to raise bí ọmọ arọ tí wọ́n bí kalẹ̀ tó ṣe pé ẹ̀yin náà lẹ́tù mọ̀ pọ̀ nǹkan yín tó bá dàgbà tán. No, with no offenses meant, I think you get what I mean. So we want them to have the knowledge so that they can make informed decision. That is it. So whatever impact you are doing, so when you bring the kids together, you open up their world. Let me tell you, Mr. Temilorun told us that he got federal government job. People in Oyo that have federal government job, this is how their shoulder is. It is you that you are in this place now. You are a federal government staff, and you are even in this kind of environment. How many of your staff are here? You get it. So, but I can bet it that anybody that is actually tech savvy, that is very good, there is no institution in Oyo that can keep that person till retirement, except he's using that place as a co-working space where he go there, he gets salary, and he's still doing his gig. You know how it is. So what I'm trying to say is that you try to give people the knowledge, then they can make decision what we want to do with it. So once you have the tech skills now, and you want to sell ata, I'll just say, ata mi, show the kejo, àwọn agents in here, jẹ́ ká máa gbata lọ́dọ̀ mi. Okay, app come, register síbẹ̀. So when you have these tech skills, you know that there are endless possibilities. That's why I told you that story the other time, that before you make your choices, make sure you know what the options are available. Má lọ kọ àmàlà rẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ sínú abọ́ tí wàá padà realize pé kò sí ẹran wẹ́wẹ́ ògùn ló wà ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n bá ní wọn kú ẹ mọ́ lọ, abọ́ yín ò lè gba oúnjẹ, kò lè gbẹ ẹran. You understand? Ó jẹ́ àmàlà lásán o. So all these people that we are trying to empower, you don't need ẹlòmíì akọ Python àmọ́ gan ẹ máa wò pa iṣẹ́ ní Microsoft ni sọ fún yá nínú content creator ló fẹ́ di. So you can't tell them that go and work somewhere. So but you need to actually open up their world so that somebody can tell us that mo ti mọ Quran débi pé kí ọkọ nìsín ni pé gbogbo ara àfikún ara táwọn fẹ́ mọ kọ́ Yorùbá táwọn sọ fún yẹn pé alhamdulilayi nǹkan tí almi ni Ọlọ́run nǹkan tó mì lélẹ̀ nǹkan tí delight so that tó bá fọ́ tán àwọn tó bá ń kọ́ wọn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ èké gbogbo irọ́ ni ó yẹ ká fún mi nǹkan tó mì lélẹ̀. Do you understand? You learn text so much that you become the go-to person that táwọn sọ pé àáfà ò ní túmọ̀ pé àáfà ẹjọ́ ibi yìí kí ni túmọ̀ ẹ̀ wàá dẹ̀ sọ kì í ṣe ní Arabic ó ní Yorùbá. Do you understand? So that is the impact. That is the okay, Mr. Yeni. That's the last question I will take because we need to move ahead. Professor Kolade is Prof ready? Is waiting. So Mr. M. Okay, let's have him. Yes. Okay. I'm going to make room for that for those contributions and everything. Okay, let's also have Prof now. So we'll quickly have that. I'm going to give like 5 minutes for contributions because we have people that are actually doing some stuffs in different areas of life. We have not mentioned anything about 2D and 3D now. Since morning, we're talking about AI, and people are doing all those stuffs. We have not been talking much about is Prof ready? About content creation. And before we leave here today, we're going to do content creation class. Yes, I will teach you something. I must teach you something. You have to learn something. Prof, we are ready if you are ready. So, Prof, if you are ready, we are ready. I told the kids that everything that is bad
can you hear me?
is good. There is nothing that the devil created. Either you are a Muslim or a Christian. Kí ni èṣù dá ń tiẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀? Kò dá nǹkan kan. Nǹkan tó lọ ń dá òun tenant tó mọ́ ń gba ilé mú lé lọ́wọ́ ni èṣù. So orin kan wà nígbà tá a fi ń ṣe content creation tá à ń ṣe duplicative. Is he ready? He's ready. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Prof.
Okay. Good afternoon to you all, and thank you once again to the brilliant Yinka Ojo and Bamidele Ojo, the two Ojos, for the excellent work today. Thank you to the distinguished speakers, to Ayantola who has left now, and to the fantastic Michael Toyinbo. You could listen to him for another 2-3 hours and you won't be bored at all. That is who he is. Thank you, Michael, again for coming on board and sharing these really important insights. And of course, the Dr. Odefunsho Adebumi will be coming shortly. And of course, to the panelists, once again, thank you very much. That was really, really good. Mr. Engineer Jimo Ojo and Temiloro Kedija, thank you very much indeed. I don't want to say too much again, other than to say that I'm pleased about how the day has gone. And I'm pleased about the work that we have embarked upon, that we have done over the past 18 months, from April last year when we launched out. And it's been quite a journey, and there are bigger things yet ahead. I've listened to a lot of conversation here today. Enterprise Republic is for you, and we want you all as a community of innovators to take ownership of the facilities and the opportunities that we have provided at Enterprise Republic. I remember, when the facility was launched, there were a lot of conversations, I mean, the easier thing for me to do was to establish an hotel, for example, in Oyo, and there are many of them there already. But it's not about making money, it's about creating impact. And for me, that this was always the right thing, the important thing to do. And I'm glad to see, and you'll be hearing from some of the people who have been, regulars at Enterprise Republic, or some of them have left, and what they have benefited. Somebody mentioned earlier on, I think maybe it was Inka, or there was a question that elicited that about, internship. We do provide internship at Enterprise Republic. And I think over the past year alone, Olamide, we've had how many interns? Maybe about 16 to 20 of them across, different institutions. Some of them are IT students from the universities in town and beyond, Lautech and Ibadan and all the rest of that. So we have that. And in fact, we just accepted 1 or 2 new interns just last week. So there is opportunity for those who are seeking for internship. But I think the strength of what we are doing is the community building. We are building the community. And and this is what the OIM has been about, to bring communities of tech enthusiasts at different stages and levels of activity and involvement in the tech sector, and to see how we can collaborate together, and through this collaboration we can achieve, greater good. The combined effort is way, way, way much bigger and more powerful than the sum of individual efforts. And you can hear, you've heard about the excellent work that Bridges is doing. For example, I mean, we've worked with Tech Bridges to made some referrals, for example, to Enterprise Republic. And when I was going to embark on the defined journey, which I was invited by the Odua Group to launch a year ago, it formally launched in October last year. It was Tech Bridges were one of the key actors in the launch, and they brought, school pupils from Oyo. And when we were going to start scouting for opportunity, it was to them again, that I turned to help do that across the 6 states in Southwest Nigeria. I'm just citing that example as an example of what we are trying to do of community building, of collaboration. Because as somebody has helpfully and wisely said, if you want to go far, you have to go together with others. Because we draw strength from what each of us is doing. So we welcome, this ongoing new partnership, and that community is growing, and you can be involved. I'm sure you'll be getting more information about what we are doing later on, and there'll be a tour of the facility later on as well. Please have a look around. We have an incubator which supports, startups, those who have entrepreneurial ideas that involve technology, whether it's a soft aspect of technology like Engineer Jima was talking about, or the core aspect of it. And we have an accelerator unit as well, which is almost empty at the moment, actually. I think we have only one active resident there, where if you are already looking to scale, I think Mike, you can come into our accelerator with your team of up to a team of 4, actually. So we have, about 8 spaces there that can take teams of 4. So yeah, please do have a look around. And as you know, we have, 24/7 power supply and internet, through which I'm able to communicate with you now, actually. So this community building is really the future, is how we can expand, is how we can scale as an entire community in Oyo. And it's also where, through this, that we have been able to create a college of mentors. We have a college of mentors from all over the world. And one of them is speaking to you next, Dr. Adefunsho. Dr. Odefunsho, Dr. Adebumi Odefunsho, who is a data scientist working with one of the top organizations in the world, has a PhD in artificial intelligence. Yes, last year, when Dr. Odefunsho, we had, one of our boot camps for school children. She was teaching them Python in Yoruba. I mean, I was really excited, and so were the school children. I don't know if any of you was there last year. I think it was the Orania Grammar School or one of the schools there. And this is the kind of network that we are building, a community of mentors that we can draw on. You know, if you have an idea you want to pursue, that you want to explore, we can link you with our mentors who have been generous with their time, who are really pleased and happy to see, you know, these tech enthusiasts, you know, taking their ideas to the next level. Michael Tonybo has spoken earlier, an incredibly generous spirit, always ready to give his time. We have the like of Dr. Debo Wosheni, who is not even from Oyo, he's an Ekiti man based in the UK, and always ready, always at hand to support one of our College of Mentors. Dr. Fola Bolaji is here. Dr. Fola Bolaji also has featured, you know, prominently in our previous programs and intervention. Dr. Bolaji happens to also be the lovely husband of Dr. Dr. Adebomi Odefunsho Bolaji. And it is great to have this great network. Dr. Abiodun Egbetokun, who is actually also based in the UK, specialist in the field of entrepreneurship, digital entrepreneurship, is from Oyo, actually. So we have this vast network of mentors and a growing network of mentors who we can link you up with. And we are looking to expand, you know, our activities and support in the near future, hopefully from 2025, to see how we can do more in terms of funding, angel investment funding, or different other models of funding for qualifying viable ideas and entrepreneurial, you know, ideas that we have. So yeah, I mean, so a lot is going on, and next year we are pushing the frontiers again together with all these people that you have seen here and more partners that we've been working with. And so please, you know, keep an eye, watch the space, and yeah, come to the Republic. And a lot of other activities are going to be rolled out that will be on an ongoing basis. So, but now I think I will just hand over now because of time, and we're still waiting for Dr. Odefunsho. You don't want to miss our session. You know, I mean, you've had some two brilliant speakers, you know, and great speakers. I was listening to Ayantola earlier on, and then Michael in his element. But you know, you don't want to miss Dr. Odefunsho either, because she's as brilliant and bring her own unique flavor to bear in this session. But also, I think the next two people that are going to speak, Paul Lushola and Paul Ojetayo, they are going to speak about their experience. And I think that's also really important for you to hear what is going on and see, you know, what the possibilities and opportunities are. So thank you all very much. It is my pleasure to see you all and to see this community grow, and we continue to push the frontiers together. It's all of us together. And it's a great journey ahead. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the day. Over back to you, Yinka and Bamidele.
tó wá ló fẹ́ kálòlù mi kan ti kálòlù rí wọ́n gbà lẹ́nu mi ni ẹni tó bá kálò àgbàlagbà mọ́mí ẹ̀ ò dájú ni ìgbà táwọn ẹ̀mí kankan kálò ń pàtàkùn kékeré tẹ̀lé wọn àti máa sọ pé mẹ́mẹ́mẹ́ mẹ́mẹ́mẹ́ màá yà kọ́kọ́ jẹ́ kí pray mi kọ́kọ́ ṣáájú mi sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́kẹ́nu mi tó sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà mí ní pèpèpèpè àgbàlagbà tó máa ń kálò lò mọ́mí ẹ̀ ò dájú mọ́mí mi á gbá eyín ẹ̀ mẹ́nu ẹ̀ mà all right so that's just little there. So that was from the founder of Enterprise Republic, the amiable Professor Seun Kolade. So before the end of the program, we'll take you around this facility. What this is all about is this. Let me tell you in plain terms. Ohun tá à ń polówó lílé tá à ń sọ fún yín opportunity ni. Onímọ́tò Ìbàdàn náà máa ń polówó opportunity ni. This facility has 24, sorry, nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ fọ́ nìyẹn. Níbí iná 24 hours ló wà. Èló náà ń gba ṣọ́ọ̀bù ládùúgbò yín. Bóyá 3,000 lóṣù àbí. Lọ́dún kan jẹ́ 36,000. Téèyàn bá wò pé mo ti fẹ́ mọ ṣiṣẹ́ graphic artist ní mí tó bá gba ṣọ́ọ̀bù 36,000 lọ́dún àbí. Ó ra gen, ó mọ repo sí àbí. Ó sì rán ọ̀gẹ̀ ẹ̀ka yìí ẹ mọ́ yàgbẹ́ wájú mi wo ẹgbẹ́ pé ọmọ yín kò ń bí ẹgbẹ́ pọ̀ tí ẹ̀ gbogbo yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀mọ ṣe táwọn yẹn bá sì wà ọ wá ó mọ gbàdúrà kó wọ́n ṣe gbígbà yẹn ni àwọn ará àdúgbò yín dísáì pé kọ́mọ wọn sáré lọ tẹ́ pépà síwájú ibì kan ibi kó sáré lọ sí gámbẹ̀ ọlọ́run ṣe àwọn ará àdúgbò ìbò lè gbọ́ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ. And so what I'm trying to say is that Oyo is a beautiful place and we don't do other things, you know. So now ibi wà ní facility tó ṣe pé iná wà ń bẹ̀ AC wà in all the offices. Wọ́n wá ní kó wá sanwó space kan. Èló ní pa no àwọn tá a fẹ́ gba space fún ṣé ti accelerator ni àbí ti normal one a year ti normal one àbí. So you just come here for a year, you have internet facility, owó data ń pa mí lọ sí níbẹ̀. You have light, you don't need to pay for power, and you have a very serene environment. Imagine that about 150 of us were here, and there's even no noise. So that is the facility that we have. So for those of us that I think, and I mean for most of us that are here, you need to, if you are talking about the community must be intentional. Oh, it's a community. If you want to be unfortunate, gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ ṣe fẹ́ lówó ẹ̀yin gbogbo àwa new money tá à ń bọ̀ lọ́nà. Don't be unfortunate o. You know what I mean? Wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n ń talẹ̀ lọ́nà ní gbó kan, wọ́n náà sọ pé ó cheap lọ́ra rẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Lọ́ra rẹ̀ sáàrin àwọn olóṣì. Ìwọ ó wá ń ṣe coding, ẹlẹ́rọ ló wà ń bí, ẹlẹ́rọ ògì, ẹlẹ́rọ ata ń bí, wọ́n ṣe coding láàrin. Ó ti kó pẹ̀lẹ́ o. Mr. Korede Bello. So you need the community. Yes, that's how some people are on Banana Island. That's how some people are on the island. That's how people are in some parts of Lagos. So you need to come. That's how we have even our own Oyo London. Yes. So you have to be very deliberate about the community. So Tobago Oje UI UX. Abi one she coding. O then she projects konto tobi. One in the graphic artist like there. Come here, graphic artist there. Only in the very good photograph of Oyo. But it's a photograph of tech people in Oyo. Oti Fabiola on the photo. You have all those people just around you. If you are going for an event and you need all those people with you, or work on all of you come to the office, you move together. See the ease. So that's how you build communities, not by being in silo. So you both said it. So that's just by the way. I want to, I'll give 3 minutes for somebody that wants to talk about his experience with the Enterprise Republic. What is the name of the person? Bonke. Any Popopo. Mogwa Munvia Pani. Olushola for money. Money for okay. Don't worry. When you get there, we'll tell you the prices for all the facilities. You already have it. You are going to have it. The facilities. We have different types. Okay, are you the one? You don't even need to speak again, huh? Your contribution, I know that you are not a novice. You are welcome. Please welcome Mr. Olushola Paul.
Thank you, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm grateful for this opportunity to share my experience. Sorry. I'm grateful for the experience. First of all, I'm Paul Olushola Ogunwale. I'm a 3D artist. I focused on visual, motion, and animation. Last year, 2023, I was seated over there, just some space behind Dr. Vedapo. And I can never ever imagine that I'll be attending the second edition of OIM because I just came out of curiosity. A friend of mine called David Adepoju called me a day before the event. Like, oh, I'm coming to you. I want to attend an event. Will you be available? I was sluggish. Why? Because I just arrived from, everybody wants to work in Lagos. The event itself, it's really amazing, but it was challenging. But I could not cope with the financial pressure. I remember there where I was staying, I had to pay about 50K for a bed space, just a bed space, and we were about 4 in the room. I was like, this is not the life I'm used to in Oyo. So I just have to move. But my major fear at Oyo was that how can I get the opportunity to work remotely at a place that I will have access to necessary facilities, and if I'm discussing anything with my client, I can tell them at this particular time I will deliver your project. I don't have that confidence. I don't have that confidence. So, but luckily for me, thank God I was able to wait to the ending part of the meetup. That's when they started sharing the flyer, and I got to get the good news that there's a space here, and you can just pay some limited amount, and you have access to all of the facility. I couldn't believe it. I remember I saw Olamide like, is this true? And he said, yes. What's the amount? He mentioned the amount. I was like, okay. Then I tried it out. Trust me, ever since then, I've been frequenting Enterprise Republic till now. One of the added advantage is, apart from the facilities, it is the community itself. Trust me, I've met a lot of brilliant people. Lot of brilliant people. If I start mentioning them one after the other, you yourself will be shocked. You will never know that they have lot and wealth of experiences until you start. Until you start discussing with them. And I think that's the awesome experience at Enterprise. It's not just for you to just get your laptop and just sit at the corner and doing whatever you like. It's about you networking with people. Okay. It's about you networking with people and to understand their perspective. The staff, they are friendly. And Prof himself has always been involved with our personal progress. He's such a man that you just knowing him more, you yourself will be more motivated. So if you are here, sorry, it's funny hearing your voice back. It's as if you're talking. So if you are here by OIM 2025, I want you also to take action about every of the knowledge you have had. If you really want to implement it, if you really want to be focused, if you really want to get results beyond what we expected, this is the right place to be, especially putting your money where your mouth is. It is not free, but it's worth it. And you're really going to enjoy it. Thank you very much. That's all. God bless you. And by the way, I'm Paul Urisholo Boali again. If you have anything about 3D, you wanted me to know, a lot of job you want me to connect with, available.
I'm unavailable. They know they see. Show my little thing calling here. To the post Enterprise ni. If you are not here at the Enterprise, that's your song, you are unavailable. Once you're any graphic artist, they know they see you. But if you are here, there will always be somebody. So we want to make this a one-stop shop for everybody. You come to Oyo, you need a graphic designer, LOCBN. You need 3D, LOCBN. You need Ginicon, LOCBN. You need this in this singular building until we start having more and more of that. So please note this. I still insist on seeing your pictures, especially on Facebook. I've only seen one person. The same person I saw on Twitter was the that I saw on Facebook. Take your pictures, don't worry. Ara ló ń gbáraga tí ìbá ní ìmá ń show. Picture ẹ bá jẹ́ pé black and white ló ń show, má worry. Òní kàn rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ìwọ náà ra iPhone lọ́la. Just put in the works. Any better phone than iPhone? Okay, Xiaomi, ó ti yé mi, ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́. All right, so Mr. Bamdele, please. I think I should retire. I want to go and eat rice. I'm sorry. I want to chill out. There is rice for everybody. Don't worry. Rice and chicken, very plenty. All right.
All right. Has been our day. Hope we are having the best of time in this place. So for the next 5 minutes or thereabouts, I want to call on our brother, one of the members here at the Enterprise Republic, Mr. Paul Oketayo, for a short interactive session. So shortly after that, Dr. Adepumi will be coming on.
Ẹ kúlé o. Ẹ kúlé o. Wọ́n ní ewúrẹ́ tí ò kágbó. Wọ́n ní yóò di ẹran kíni? Yóò di ẹran àmúso. All right, I just arrived from Lagos, right? But I will just share a few of my story with us, and I think it should be able to resonate with us. Please, I want you guys to follow me very well. I was about to finish my NYC, and I had this fear that I don't know what next to do. I graduated from Ladoke Akitola. Omo Ladoke. All right. So I graduated from Ladoke. I did human anatomy. And for people that studied in college, you know how college is. You did biochemistry, physiology, and all of those shit. Right? I was about to finish and the thing is that I serve at Ikiro, Osun State. My students celebrated me. Celebrated me like you. It was funny because I don't know what to do next. I don't want to teach. And that's the sincere truth about me. I don't know what to do next, but I know what not to do. The two conversations are different. I don't know what I want to do, but I know what I don't want to what? I don't want to do. I don't want to teach. I don't know what I want to do, but I know what I don't want to what? I don't want to do. So when I was looking for different opportunities, I applied to there's a scholarship that I applied here at Enterprise, and Prof said we should pitch an idea and all of those things. So I go to ChatGPT, look for idea. I just edit it and just try to make it look better. So Prof called and said, "Wow, that's a nice idea. Idea Kini." You get that stuff now. So eventually I was picked. He interviewed me. He listened to my story, my journey, where am I? You understand that kind of thing. So and I think then I started coming. Most of my time that my dad would carry me on the bike, would carry me to Enterprise. At some point, there was one day he packed. He now said, "Okan lo síbi láti join. Oh, kowo wale. Oh, mo wale. Okan lo kokini ni. Elo ganan san fún mi tó ń lọ." And that I began to think that where exactly am I going? So I remember that day, I said I will apply for a cleaner job at Atiba University. So that after cleaning their toilet and all of those shit, I can come back and Enterprise and learn. So I pull out my CV, application, and all of those things. So I remember I went to the admin officer there. I submit my application. I said I want to be a cleaner here because I don't want to teach. Do you get? I want to be a cleaner at Atiba University, a graduate. The man looked at my CV, said, anatomy, 2-1. Look how I buy. Go and collect master form and come and apply as a lecturer here. I said, I don't want to teach, sir. I want to be a what? A cleaner, because I was looking for pain. It's crazy, but that's my story, right? So every time when I enter Enterprise there's one camera. Prof, we asked, who is that from UK? We asked, who is that? I said, it is 4. Okay, you can go inside. Well done. he saw the consistency. And the truth of the matter is that the Ashakelo Koriko only is lonely at the top. Seriously, it is lonely at the top. When we started then, there was nobody at Enterprise. I was just the only person. So it's fucking lonely. Sorry for using that word. It was lonely. But I keep on going, I keep learning, different of this. I was learning data analysis, right? So I remember there was one job offer that came that, Paul, can you take up a job, in Lagos? I was like, me, Dekori. You understand? That's true. I've never been to Lagos. Almost Sabonimi. I've never been to Lagos. That's the truth. And I remember my first time in Lagos. I was holding my phone like this because I've heard a lot about Lagos. There was a lot of imagination. I was just thinking, you know, Lagos is not like for you, actually. You just have to be smart. So I got to Lagos, I went for the interview, right? They gave me one visitor tag. So when you put me visitor tag, I was just telling I was telling God that, God, please turn this visitor tag to staff tag. Like, go change the tag to someone be allegiance. So I just walked in. I just met that India guy. Said, hello, Baba. You know how these India people talk? It's a very big company, Tolerant Group. If you know Tolerant Group, they are the one that are producing Indomie, your IPO, your Power Oil. It's a very big company, So he said, hello, Baba. What can you do? They brought the data, they say I should analyze the data. Analyze the data, And the guy said, what? And said, let me ask you another question. He said, if I produce 500 grams of Indomie carton, and this is, you want to test my arithmetic skill, do you understand? Apart from the data analysis skill. Sorry, please. So he now gave me that question the first time. Simple mathematics, arithmetic. I did it first time. Now rubbish I did do. Second time, now rubbish. In my mind, I was just like, Chile Loma fuck me up. Do you know what I did? I just print my phone. I just asked ChatGPT. To sorrow. He came back, he carried this phone. He came back. I just give him the answer. I said, the answer is, he said, show me on Excel, Baba. I just showed him. That was how I got the job. So when I came back, right, I was having a training, data analysis training with lecturers at Atiba. They run one program on data analysis training. So I was opportunity to tell someone about the interview and all of those things. Then I told him about the offer. He said, the salary is like lecturer here. I was like, really? So what I will be earning is more like what they are earning here. You understand that kind of thing? So that was how the journey started. So I remember there was a time Prof called me. Prof said, sorry, 1 minute, Abby, we'll keep playing. I'm very sorry. I'm just trying to tell us that this is the best place we can ever be. Do you understand? So Prof called. He said, how are you? I said, I'm not fine. He now said, he had the notion to call that he just encouraged me from the word of God that when you pass through fire, through water, he said it's going to be beyond anything that someone can achieve. I'll say enterprise became that foundation for me. Right now, I'm a business analyst, right? And what I do is that I collect requirements from stakeholders and I interpret it to the developers. Do you understand? So I write algorithm, I design flows, payment gateway, and all of those things. So I work with the financial institute at Lagos. So I would say enterprise is that foundation that you can leverage on. Thank you very much. All right. All right, we'll be playing game right now. All of us will be playing. Please bring out your phone. We'll be playing games together. And it's just for 30 people, right? So you can click on www.joinmyquiz.com. That's the link. Please, everybody should click on it. That's the game. Click on joinmyquiz.com/pro. It's just for 30 people. Once that 30 people is complete, you cannot enter again. And you can enter with this code 17. Have you logged into the site? Can you show me your phone, please? So we have 4 participants, right? We have 6. You can use any name. You can use your name, please. You can use your nickname too. Baby Debe, you can use any name. But shall use your name. We have 15. 15 people to go. We have 4 people to go. We have 17 now. We have 18, 21. I can see Eyitayo. I can see Oluwatemilorun. I can see Yusufat. I can see Elotim. We only have 7 people more. And we'll start. Five more people to go. We have 26. Oku mẹ́ta. Oku méjì. Oku ẹyọ̀kan. Ó ti lọ. So let's start. I said start. We listen. We listen. Let's start. You answer the question, you pick the right answer. Paul Olushola. Hello team. Who is hello team? Hello team. Abdul Mubarak. It's only showing the top 5. I'm going to pick 3 people. Paul Olushola. We are faithful. Who is faithful? Who is Kozim? Wow. That's nice. We have Elon team. We have Paul Olushola. We have Kozim. We have Abdul Malik. Who is Abdul Malik? That's nice. Paul Olushola. Who is Rash? Hello team. Are we done? All right. How many people joined the game? Can I see your hand up, please? Out of 30. Wow. So we have top. Taluruko. Mark Brand. Let's clap for Mark Brand, please. All right. Let's go to the top, please. He's lonely at the top. Now, I'll be calling on the first 3 position. I'll start from Olufik. Let's call him. Wow. I'll start from Olufiki. Who is Olufiki? Let's clap for the person. Please, can you come out? That's Olufiki. Then I'll call on Paul Olushola. Let's clap for Paul Olushola. And our winner for this great event is Hello Team. Can we put a round of applause for the person? Wow. That's great. Congrats. How do you do it? Well done. All right. So on behalf of Enterprise, We have special offer for the three of them. For the first position, you are going to have free 7 days here in Enterprise. Can we put a round of applause for Enterprise Republic? For our second position, we have 5 days free access to Enterprise facility. And for our third position, we have 3 days free access to Enterprise facility. Thank you very much. And this being goes to the okay. This brings us to the end of this session, and you'll be starting by January, please. We are starting January. So embed ọdún pẹ̀lú kíni? Pẹ̀lú ọ̀fẹ́. I think that is nice. Let's put a round of applause for ourselves, please. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Can we give a round of applause to the person that coordinated the just completed session? So we are moving towards the end of this program. And the topic we are going to be considering shortly is strategic upskilling for the next level opportunities. Strategic upskilling for the next level opportunities. Let me ask before I bring up our lecturer, how many of us paid to attend this event? Or maybe somebody gave you a secret link and collected money from you? Nobody. But do you know that whether you are paying, you are not paying money, you are paying something right now? You are paying attention. You are spending your energy and you are also spending time. So money is not the only thing that you pay. So right now, we are going to be paying more attention. We need more of your concentration. So the person that will be speaking now is Dr. Adebunmi Odefunsho Bolaji. She is a data scientist and manager at Athena Heads. Okay. Can you please go ahead?
Brother Midele, were you talking to me?
Yes, I am talking to you. It's time for your session.
Okay, sir. Can you see and hear me?
Bumi, you can share now.
Okay, sir.
Oui.
Can you please go ahead and speak? You need to unmute yourself. I can see you are still muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very pleased to be here today. I wish that I can be in person, but fortunately, I did not have like the information ahead of time, or Professor Kolade did not sponsor my travel to Nigeria. Maybe he's going to do that next year. So I want to thank the organizers of this program. I want to thank the Enterprise Republic have been there. And I know the wonderful things that are built in that building. That is a place where lives are going to be transformed, where dreams are going to come true, where hopes are going to be given to people. And I want to congratulate everybody that is there today, because I know that you are just not there by accident, but you are there because at this point in time, there's your name stamp in that place to be there today. I want to thank everybody that is also joining online. I want to thank the Mr. Yinka Ojo, the MC. My husband, when he joined the meeting, said, I have to greet you specially. So I'm delivering his message and greeting you specially. I want to also thank Mr. Bamidele Ojo, because we've been friends for a very long time. So maybe we'll tell you about that much later, but Mr. Bamidele Ojo has been a very good friend. I want to... Is somebody trying to say something? Okay, so I want to also...
You're okay, you're good.
Okay. I want to also thank all the people that have spoken. I think I joined during the time of the panel, and it has been a good time listening to the panelists, Mr. Temilorun, and the other person, also listening to Mr. Michael Toyinbo, and the other people that have come around. And I think from the MC, for the first time, I learned a lesson today that everywhere else you travel to, Amala has description, but that in Oyo, it's just Amala. I didn't know that before. I thought that Amala is Amala everywhere. I didn't know you have to specify the specific one you wanted elsewhere. So thank you so much for everyone. I appreciate time of being here. And I know that it's been a long day for everybody that is in that building. And I'm going to go through this very quickly and leave rooms for us to have our individual questions. Understanding the fact that everybody in that room is at a different stage in their lives, at different skill levels, at different dream levels, at different levels in their lifetime. So I know that we'll all have specific things that we might want to talk to, and I'm going to try to give as much room for question and answer as possible. I want you to look at the person beside you and tell them you're welcome, and say, happy to meet me, because it is an opportunity that you are sitting beside me today. The person beside you is someone you're going to be watching somewhere in the future, because that is who you are. I want us to talk to ourselves. Okay, let's make progress. The topic before me today is strategic upskilling for next level opportunities. Strategic upskilling for next level opportunities. Oh, okay. I just got a feedback now that my slide is not feasible. Can we see it now? Okay. Thank you for that feedback. So the topic before me is strategic upskilling for next level opportunities. First, I would like to say that the only thing standing between you and your dream is the will to try and the belief that is actually possible. And I want to emphasize two things: the will to try and the belief. You have to have the will to try and the belief, irrespective of where you are located in the world, irrespective of where you are born, irrespective of the baggage you come to the world with, irrespective of the opportunities that are available for you. You still need the will to try and the belief to be able to become the person of your dreams, to be able to become the person you have been called to become. If you believe in destiny, so if you believe in destiny, or if you don't believe in destiny, whatever your belief system is, one thing is you are not here by accident. You are here because somebody made you to be here. And there is a purpose for your being here. And between that purpose and the person you are today is the will to try and your belief. It looks like light is off at the Enterprise Republic. Can we still hear me? Okay. In case I want to start by giving the key takeaways from this talk. There are 4 key takeaways. The first one is feel free to dream. I'm a Christian and the Bible is a big book of reference for me. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2 says, and the Lord answered me, write the vision, make it plain on tablets, that he who reads it may run. Feel free to dream. The power you have that nobody can take away from you is your ability to dream. The second takeaway today is that between your dream and your current status is a gap. And for you to be able to fill that gap, you need to perform a gap analysis. What is that thing you need? What are those skills you need? What are those abilities you need? What are the changes you need to make before you can become that desired state? What is the difference between you and the person you see yourself be in future? The third takeaway is take action and believe. It is not going to happen just by sitting down. You have to take action. You need to have an action plan and believe that you can achieve it. Because like someone said, I think somebody asked the question before, and the person was talking about like when you are demotivated. That time is going to come. It is your belief. It is the strength of your mind that will help you to be able to stand and continue to take action so that you can achieve your dream. The last one is rinse and repeat. And what that is saying is you will continue to do this because from time to time, we need to be reinventing ourselves. From time to time, we need to have a vision of tomorrow. From time to time, we need to have a vision of what is our desired state and where are we today. So I'll go over the key takeaways again. Feel free to dream. Perform a gap analysis. Take action and believe that you can become who you set out to be. Then rinse and repeat because you will always need this. The first part of our topic today is strategic upskilling. And I want to define upskilling. Upskilling involves enhancing existing skills to keep up with industry standards. And this is dependent of wherever, is dependent on who you are, where you are, what you're doing, and the things that surround you. So let me give an example. I was a high school chemistry teacher. I was a teacher at Model High School, Oyo. At that time, upskilling for me is different from my current job that I'm doing now. Look at yourself. What are the upskilling you need? And the word strategy there connotes that you have to be intentional. It is not something that happens by accident. You don't want to live by FATE, fate, like whatever thing happens, happens. What will be, will be. You want to put your life in your hands. You want to take charge. You want to take control of your future. You want to write your own story. You want to be part of God's work upon your life to become who he has destined you to be, or who he has proposed you to be, or to fulfill the dream that he has put in your mind. The second part of the topic is next level opportunities. And that is talking about the fact that there is always a next level. There are always opportunities. Even in Oyo, there are lots of opportunities. I think one of the things we've been talking about, especially when Mr. Michael Tenyibo was talking, was the fact that there's no Toodeko at Oyo, and everybody was talking about how can we order food. That can be somebody's dream. That is an opportunity. Do people do delivery at Oyo? Yes. How well do they do delivery? I don't know. But that can be an opportunity. You see, when I was preparing for this and I was thinking about all the opportunities that exist in Oyo, I remember when I was working on my PhD and my project was on traditional African dances. And one of the dances I chose was Bata dance. And I know that Oyo is home of Bata dance. But everybody in this room, I know you will not be surprised that if you Google Bata dance today, or you go on YouTube and try to search for videos on butter dance, you will find very, very little. Are there so many butter dancers in Oyo or not? Yes, there are. Are there content creators or not? Maybe a few. But what is the gap here? What is the opportunity here? That dance is something some people are looking for. I am certain I am not the only one. After I published my paper on traditional African dance, several other people have reached out to me. But what do we not have? Butter dance on YouTube. And you know, we have a lot of butter dancers. We have singers, we have dancers, we have drummers, who have children who have gone to school, who have children who can do all this. But that opportunity we are not seeing. I just want to establish this again and say there are so many opportunities surrounding us. No matter how few it appears, no matter how it looks like there are no opportunities, every need is an opportunity. I remember listening at the time to Pastor Samadeyemi, who said that for one person who visited a town where there are no shoes, he says they don't wear shoes in that town, so I cannot sell shoes. For another person looking at the same town, he says they don't wear shoes here. This is an opportunity to sell shoes to everyone in this town. And that person comes with shoes to say, why don't you wear shoes? Look at how good wearing a shoe is going to be. Look at how wearing shoes will make your feet comfortable. And that became a market for another person. The opportunity another person was seeing around them and did not see, another person came and they saw it. So there are lots of opportunities. The image I put here are opportunities that I am looking at because that is my own field. I'm beginning to think, what is happening in AI in 2025? And I have list of things that I have to start learning and thinking about. And for you, it may be different. For you, it may be just doing something new. For you, it may be just like there are lots of things that are available that you're not even exploring today. So there is always that next level. I don't know whether you're in that room and you are 50, or you are 60, or you are 10, or you are 15, or you are 23. There are next level for everyone. Now, I am going to be, so this is an example of something I think when one of the persons that was sharing their experience at Lagos, when he went for the interview, he said he quickly hacked ChatGPT. I don't know how many people know GPT, but GPT took the world by storm and several other AI technologies as well. And now, for somebody like in my own role, now developers are using coding assistants where you don't have to write every bit of thing like test cases and things by yourself. Those are things that I am looking at and I am saying. This is another example of something that GPT wrote. The question is simple: write a 500-word essay. This is an essay that somebody needs to sit down and write. But an AI technology, a machine is writing this. And do you know in this room that with a training session of 2-3 hours, you can develop something that will write this same essay on your own laptop? That is a talk for another day, but you can do it. Some people have done it, you can do it, and you can do much more than this because you are in a space that I may not be. You are in a space that you have opportunities that I am not seeing, but it's available for you to explore. Another example that I have here is this. The business analyst brother in the room will understand this, and several other persons that have done like data analytics. I did some data analytics. Iris dataset is a very popular one. Even with Python, I'm not going to write 2 or 3 lines of code to do this. But now with AI technology, I can just upload the CSV data and ask it to do a cluster analysis of the sepal length and width. And it produces this, not just the image, but also what the image means. And that is machine doing something that would have taken me longer to do. While some people are scared that AI is going to take the place of humans, I believe that AI cannot change it. But something I'm certain of is that the world where we live in is changing. It's transforming. And that's one of the reasons why we need upskilling. No matter what you do, you have to become better at what you are doing. It's a common conversation now. They say, why AI cannot take your job? People who are using AI can take your job. But for my secondary school brothers, for my people who have not maybe have a lot of opportunities exploring this, the road is not closed. It may look as if, oh, they have moved so far. Let me tell you, there's always room for everyone. People are still writing HTML today. People are still using Excel to do wonders today. So don't be discouraged. Get the skill. That is the most important thing. Get the skill that you need for your next level opportunity. Now, I'll go back to my first key takeaway. And the question to start with is this: where do you see yourself in X years? Fill the X with what is applicable for you, or the amount of time you have to dream. The X can be 6 months. It can be 1 year. It can be 2 years. It can be 5 years. It can be 10 years. Where do you see yourself? Just take a moment to pause. Where do you see yourself becoming that person of your dream? For somebody, that person of your dream is an engineer. For another person, that person of your dream is owning a restaurant that is of high standard, where a president can eat in the future. For another person, it is becoming the governor of your state. For another person, it is becoming the tech giants, mention their name. The first important thing here is feel free to dream. Don't close your mind. Don't think you have seen it all. Don't think there's nothing new. Don't think it cannot be different. Feel free to dream. C.S. Lewis said, you are never too old to set a new goal or to dream a new dream. Take a pause. Where do you see yourself? And you see, I put these 3 things here because they help us to dream. I know how difficult it can be when you have not seen things to just dream of what is possible. I love that brother's honesty when he said he even graduated from LAUTECH without being to Lagos before. If somebody is going to make fun of that brother, what are you going to call him? I'm not going to say it, but I know you know it in your mind. We call them almost somewhere that he has not been to Lagos before. But that is, everybody has a first time. Now, the first point I put here about dreaming is reading. What do you read? How do you read? Let me share a little of my story. I was a very quiet child. I like to read and do all of those things. But then somebody gave me a book one day, and the book was called Gifted Hands by Ben Carson. I don't even know who this Ben Carson person is. I just pick it like every other book that I read. And I read it. And for the first time in my life, I knew there's another human being that can separate people, twins that were joined in their head. And in that book, he went to the gory details of how he parted the head and they became 2 individual beings. And that is another human being like you and I. And he began to talk about how he has to read 2 books per week. That was what transformed my reading life until today. I just saw in another way that it's not just about my local doctor that says, oh, you have malaria, that they are actually human beings, medical doctors, who are not angels, who can operate somebody's brain, cut into skull, and divide 2 human beings who are joined by their skull and separate them into 2 living beings, and the 2 of them lived. And I read about different other things. That is what reading does to your mind. What do you consume? What are you reading? And reading for you can be an audio book. I remember watching somebody's story this year. It's by Teju Babyface YouTube channel. He interviewed a man called Precious Oshideko who moved to the United States. A lot of you in that room are better than this man, because at age 40, he was not even using Microsoft Word. And he came to the United States. And then he started just looking, how can my life be better? How can I be different? How can my story change? and he realized that the next level for him is doing tech. And he said that he read an entire book and recorded it so that when he's doing Uber, driving around, he is listening to the content of that book. He said by the time he has done that, he became like, what question do you want to ask him? He knows it. He has read the book. Can you imagine somebody in this room, maybe one of the secondary school students, that you carry your entire Ababil and you read it into a tape, and everywhere you are going to, you are just listening to it? How good will you be in chemistry? I bet you're going to be outstanding students. Reading can open our minds to the world of possibilities. Travel. I remember the first time I went to do my passport. My husband pushed me then to also get an international passport. So I went to do it at First Stack Lagos. And when I saw the people there, I'm like, are people traveling like this? Like, are all of these people getting a passport to use it to do something? And apart from that, I saw a baby who is less than 8 days old, that they have not even done the child's christening. The parents brought that baby to come and do passport. And I began to just think beyond what I've seen before, that so people are actually thinking about exploring the world. People are actually thinking about getting out of their environment to see other side of the world. And I see people whose passports have been stamped together and it is as big as this. And that transformed the way I was thinking about things. For some of you, you are a student at Ado Ekiti. You have a friend that attends Babcock University. You never visited them. For some of you, you have just been hearing about OAU campus, and your brother goes to OAU, but you did not even think of going to visit them. Travel helps you to dream. It expands your mind. And travel does not have to be that you have to go there. The world is a village now. You can travel in movies. Instead of just watching a movie to just laugh at the story, you can travel within the movie. I've only been to Dubai by a stopover. Have not explored the city. But I've watched how the mighty buildings in Dubai were built, such that when I'm talking about it, you think I've been there before. But I have not been to that building. I've only watched how the building was built. That is travel. You may not need to leave your physical environment, but your mind can go places using the opportunities that are available to you. Travel opens our mind. I also remember a story by Samadi Emi, where he said that himself and his brother one day, they just challenged one another to visit a store. We all have those places that we think are for rich people, that it is only rich people that can go there or that can be there. So he said, well, they don't throw you out for entering a store. So both of them went there and they began to look at the prices of the shoes. And they were like, how will somebody wear this kind of shoe? But they both also told one another that if some people are not buying it, they will not be selling it. And that expanded their mind. That made them dream bigger. That made them see themselves in another light of things, possibilities that can happen. In this room today, many of the people that have spoken, except the person that Prof said is from Ado Ekiti, I think every other person is an Oyo person. I was bred, I lived in Ilora till I got married and moved to Oyo. So, like, people that you can see, people that you can relate with. And that brings me to that point, network. That is how you dream. If somebody has achieved it, it can be you. You don't have to say that is far from me. It is not. I may not understand what you have been through. I may not understand where you have been. I may not understand the circumstances that surround you. Maybe even today, you have to walk to Enterprise Republic because there's no money for bike. Maybe even today, the rise at Enterprise is one of the things that is fascinating to you. Maybe you may not be able to afford the funding. Like, I'm happy some people got scholarships today just by playing a game. But how did they get that scholarship? they were present. They came there. They attended this program and now they got the scholarship. And I bet you, like some people have shared their story, it may be the beginning of their life transformation forever. So dreams, network. Don't close up. Don't think that it is. And guess what? As I am, I can be the Queen of England in my dream. It doesn't stop me, and nobody will come and arrest me because I have freed my mind to explore possibilities. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see? Just take time to reflect. It's even the end of the year. Where do you see yourself next year? Who do you see yourself to become? What is that thing that is becoming like a dream for you? Your network is your net worth. You have a lot of opportunities today that some of us, while growing up, did not even have. I wish I could know people like this who are real, that I can talk to, that have achieved these things, that have worked at different companies, that have had all of these opportunities to explore the world. So you have it today. Where do you see yourself? And like I said, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, I'm talking to myself as well. I'm still dreaming today because it is never too late to have a dream. The second point is perform a gap analysis. And the question that we want to answer here is, what do you need to get there? What do you need to get there? Now, let me give an example. If my dream is to get a job and I have graduated from the university, then I ask myself, I want to get a job that can at least pay my rent and help me not be a burden on my parents. Let's say that that is my dream. Then I look at it, how do I get that job? That can be somebody's dream. For another person, it can be that I want to become a mechanical engineer and I'm currently in SS2. What do you need to get to that mechanical engineer? Just have a picture of that mechanical engineer in your mind. What do you need to become the mechanical engineer? For somebody in this room, it can be that I want to even change. I want to have a career change. I'm no more enjoying my career, or I don't feel fulfilled again. I only studied chemistry because my parents wanted me to, or because that was the course I was given. Or maybe I studied home economics because that was the course I'm given. Now I want to become a data scientist, or I want to become a business analyst, or I want to become a program manager, or a product manager, or even a programmer. What do I need to become that person? That is where this is where we are at this moment. We need to perform a gap analysis. How can you bridge that gap? What is the gap between you and your dream? What is the gap between your current state and where you see yourself tomorrow? What are the things you need? I remember when I was going through my PhD studies and I was moving towards the end of the PhD studies, and I had a conversation with my advisor about job and stuff like that. And my advisor gave a counsel. He said, search for the job titles you want online. And for the job titles, look for what are the requirements. Because for every job title, there's a requirement, right? Write the requirements out. Then identify what are the things you have, what are the things you don't have. And the things I don't have are going to be my gap. And I have to start working on it. For some of us in this room, the skill that you need is just to be able to speak better. For another person, it may just be to have a better attitude. For another person, the gap between who you are today and who you are looking at in the future can just be a boot camp. Just a boot camp, 3 months, 6 months. That boot camp may be all that you need. You need to perform the gap analysis to bridge the gap. Then the next thing is to take action and believe in your action. The question to answer here is, how will you become that person of your dream? How will you become it? So if I know that what I need to do is a boot camp, then I need to start thinking of how do I register for the boot camp? How do I create time to study? How do I go to the boot camp and not just attend for attending's sake, but really gain the skill? How do I translate the skill to something that I can feature to say these are the things I can do? I remember that somebody asked the question before and they were talking about like internship, like not just learning something for learning's sake. And I have two responses for that undertaking action. Now, there will be some things you will learn that just looks like you have a new clothes and you start it somewhere. The day you need it, you bring it out. For people who are learning how to program, the way out for you is to do projects, because project speaks volume. Project speaks to your work. When you design an app, you can show somebody that I built this app. When you design a website, you can show somebody that I built this website. When you manage a project, you can show somebody the project you manage, how you went through the steps, and demonstrate your skill as a project manager. What are the actions that you need to put in place? Be a lifelong learner. Be ready to learn. Be disciplined. The discipline you need at this moment might be cutting off time on social media. That instead of like just using your internet for Instagram or something, you want to use that same internet to study. It can be that discipline that is an action that you have to take. For another person, it can be when you come back from work, you know that between 9 and 10, those 2 hours are for study on the new things you are learning. You have to set priorities. And for another person, it can be to go back to school. Maybe you think that, well, I'm at a stage now, I cannot go to school again. But it might be to go back to school. Action changes things. You need to have an action plan. James Allen is the author of my favorite book, As a Man Thinketh. He said that a man can only rise, conquer, and achieve by lifting up his thoughts. He can only remain weak and abject and miserable by refusing to lift up his thoughts. You need to believe who you have a dream of becoming, and that dream will drive you to that next level. That dream will drive you to that next level. Now, sorry, I don't know why my PowerPoint disappeared. Let me stop sharing and reshare. Is this still sharing? No, okay. Okay, good. You can see it now, right? Yes, you're seeing YouTube. Okay. So I put that YouTube because sometimes we feel that we don't have all the opportunities. And I just Googled some of these examples for us to know. And sometimes I pride myself, I say it. For some people that knows my story, I did not start up as a tech person at all. And I proudly call myself a student of YouTube University. And the good thing is for YouTube, I only need the internet. I don't need to pay. So maybe there's somebody in the room that is like me, who may not have the money for a boot camp, but you have internet. See, YouTube is there. You can learn different things. I think there's also a video that I put here. I also had a screenshot of it's disappearing now. But the screenshot was meant to show how to make amala. there's virtually nothing that you want to learn that you will not find on like YouTube. I think I don't know, I've used YouTube a lot, that sometimes I feel that everything is there because people are trying to definitely make their money. And so they put a lot of videos there of the content that they think that people might want. And just a lot of contents are available that people can learn from. Now, another thing, screenshot that I put here are some other institutions that have a lot of open courseware. Like you want to go to Harvard, Harvard has open courseware. You want to go to Stanford, Stanford has open courseware. And I tried Nigeria too. I saw University of Nsukka. They have open courseware. And I did not bother to go to my alma mater Ife because I don't want to be disappointed. But I was surprised that out of the 300 and something courses or so that were listed there, a lot of the links were not even working. But for somebody, that is also an opportunity. It is probably somebody that did not put like the PDF or the PowerPoint presentation or the recording of those courseware. But there are resources that are available for us to learn with. There are resources that are available for us, even in other people, that we can learn with or learn from.
Hello, Sister Bumi.
Yes, sir.
This child is the
I did not hear. I'm hearing a lot of echo.
There's a lot of echo there, but I think your screen was blank. I don't know whether that was what Bamidele was trying to say. But
Okay.
if you can send a message on the chat, I can read it out. All right. Okay. I think they were talking about the time. Okay. I think your screen is fine then. Yeah. So to give opportunity for people to ask questions. I mean, I was getting carried away myself. I could listen to you for another 2 hours. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go really fast. I'm actually on my late slide. So, like I said, this is Harvard Open Courseware, and I believe that it's available for people around the world as well. This is Stanford, like there are different things that we can learn. This is the Unsuka site that I was talking about. There are 832 free resources, but a lot of them that I tried, the links did not work. And that's an opportunity for somebody. Maybe for your campus too. There could be a lot of open courseware, but that we don't explore. There are lots of different learning platforms that we can explore. And the last key takeaway is rinse and repeat. We will always continue this. The room that you had today, the program that you are on today in Enterprise Republic was somebody's dream that became a living thing that is blessing lives and making impacts today. You can also have a dream. You can also make impact. And you know, Professor Kolade did not start Enterprise Republic 20 years ago. And I remember that we had a hub at Sele. People who know me or know my husband, we know that we used to have an hub at Sele where we will have like, I think at a time we had like 14 or 16 interns at a time coming to learn computing hardware. We were doing a lot of hardware work at that time, not even software like computer repairs and things like that. But the point I'm trying to make is you can also dream today and you can upskill to fill the gap between the person you want to be tomorrow and what you have today. And the only person who is educated is the one who has learned how to learn and to change. Continuous learning is the minimum requirement for success in any field, anywhere we find ourselves. Continuous learning is important. Upskilling, filling the gap is important. And for anybody that might want to get in touch, I have my WhatsApp contact and my email here, and I'm all open for questions. Thank you all very much.
Okay, we can't hear you again. Those on ground, can you please bring the screen back on so that Bumi can see those who are asking questions, please?
I can see the room, just not the voice.
Oh, you can see the room, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
just not the voice.
Okay, excellent. So we don't have a voice, we don't have the audio, please. If you can please, okay, let me see if I can bring for those who are online, to bring the screen back as well. We can't hear anything. Olamide, we can't hear anything, and
Hello, sir.
I can't see the room either, actually, on my part. Can you spotlight the room, Olamide, so that we can also see the room? Although Bumi can see it, I don't know why I cannot. Can you still see the room, Bumi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. I think what's important is that Bumi can see it. Yeah, over to you guys on ground for the questions.
I cannot hear the room. Okay, now I can
My
hear.
question is that, when you start learning skills, I mean, you have the motivation to start. Let's say you start learning data analytics, start learning programming and the rest. Along the way, you are meant to encounter probably problems, challenges, which often demoralize from continuing. So I want to ask, what are the strategies to stay motivated along the process of learning? So that's my question.
Yes. Let's give them balance. Take balance.
Bro Dele. Hello. Yeah.
Hello, Ma. I think it's a technical issue, so I'll just chat them on WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you.
Questions, you can send your questions to us via enterprise. What's the email address again, please? Olamide, your email address again for enterprise. entrepublic@gmail.com. entrepublic@gmail.com. So you can send your questions, your queries, and what have you via that email address, and you can be sure that you're going to have responses to them. With that, we are coming to the end of the program for today. I want to sincerely appreciate my brother, Mr. Ayeni from the FC Special. When I started, I first tried to.
Bumi has not been given the opportunity to respond to any questions.
To say too, but it will
Can you please give the opportunity to respond?
This will not be the best time for us to have them. Let me inform you that we are having a forum. We are trying to have like a virtual forum for Oyo innovators. When I say innovators, please note that it's not just about people that are doing tech. I told you at the issue that we have people that they write languages, they create language, not right now. We now have people that create products with their languages. There are people that use the products. There are people that market the products. There are people that consume the products. They are all part of the ecosystems, and they are all innovators. Because as you are consuming Facebook, you are producing the content. If you are producing the content, I said the other time that there are 3 people I ought to include here, but I did not follow up with them properly. Omoyakumi ought to be here. Omoyakumi goes live, and in the next 10 minutes, he has like 1,000 views. And some of us are going to post our video. In the next 1 month, we don't even have 200 views. Some people are doing it right. So they are part of the ecosystem. So we are trying to bring everybody together under the Oyo Innovators Forum. The forum does not belong to anybody. It's not like we have a forum, come and join us. No. It's part of the efforts to build the community that we're talking about. We have the enterprise community. Not everybody will be a chance to be in enterprise. There are some people that they have stamped, they have sealed their visa or whatever, they are traveling, and maybe tomorrow they will not tell us. You know, say Monica, Canada. So we have like that, but even if you're not there, we still believe that you can still be part of us. So let us come together and have a forum. There is a WhatsApp group that we have for now. Later we're going to move. I think WhatsApp will take like 1,000 Abi. Even though we can always move to Telegram or something. So it's going to be a control group where Mr. Eden is a physicist, is a programmer. Round of applause for Eden, please. So please, before you go, you can see Eden. Eden is one of the admins of Oyo Innovators Forum.
Yinka, can I just interject there? We've already had conversations about this, and
So my name is Eden
looking
and yeah, I'm a physicist, programmer as well.
Let's
so I'm a product of
together. So we've already discussed it.
So when the engineer was asked that,
Hi, Prof. I don't think they can hear you,
this
sir.
project,
okay, Olamide, can you hear me there? You guys are on.
Both of them, I might be yes,
because I'm not aware of this forum they're talking about. We already had a conversation. Olamide, can you please pick that up there?
We are running a forum for young people like you and I.
Okay, so we're already setting something up that is not just for Enterprise Republic. Okay, so let us work together. I think that's the right way to do it. You know, if there's something else, you know, let's have a conversation. I don't think they're even here.
I don't think so. I think they're in a different space now.
But I guess they are landing up already. So
Prof, I think what you can do is that if they are not aware of the program that you're already setting up, sir, probably they can
Yeah,
harmonize and
what I'm
then
saying
blend
is
it
that
in.
what is being announced was not discussed with me before. If it
Right.
was, I will have told them that we're already putting something working.
So they are like ahead of you. Or they're ahead of themselves in a way.
Well, I mean, because this was discussed.
I believe that we'll be able to resolve it later.
I mean, it's not the company.
Well, thank you, Prof. I think I'll have to disengage as well. It's been a blessed time for me as well. I've enjoyed everyone that's
Thank you
spoken.
very much,
And
Michael.
thank
I'll
you to the
catch up with
doctor.
you later. Thank you, Michael.
All right, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Dr.
Bye.
Adebumi, thank you so much for this session. It was really enlightening. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. And I'm going to connect with you.
Thank you so much. I look
Same here
forward.
as well, Dr. Bumi. Same as well.
Thank you.
Maybe I should even show my face.
Okay, I think it might be a nice idea for me as well. I think it's
Yeah.
only doctor I knew here. I don't know many people, especially from Montreal now. It's been a while. So I can't remember a lot of people's face.
Nice to meet you.
Same here, ma.
Nice to meet
Thank you
you.
so much, Prof. Thank you. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. I used to be in Oyo, but I'm no longer in Oyo now. I'm now in Lagos.
I know you are in Lagos now. It's good to see you. Thank you, Alero. It's lovely
Thank
to
you, sir.
have you there.
Thanks, Doc. Prof, you have brought all of us together again.
Yes, indeed. So,
Thanks, Dr.
Dr.
Bumi. God
Adebumi, please,
bless
I
you.
want to shoot my shot too.
Yeah. Shoot your shot. Shoot beyond the sun.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for I think it was just for me because honestly, even today, I just got this journal and I've just been writing on how I wanted to just properly strategize for 2025. And I saw your name and I was listening to what you were saying. I just went to LinkedIn and I checked you out and I saw that you even were a speaker at YCS. I mean,
Yes.
cybersecurity. So
And
it's
my
just.
husband is in cybersecurity.
Oh, really?
But
Okay, no problem.
you have the right network.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I would really reach out to you. I really want to ask some questions because right now there's still a lot of processing I'm trying to do. I just
Okay,
moved.
doctor is providing answer to the questions.
Okay. I think we are back on air. All right, later, ma. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So we take it in batches or maybe like 15 or 20 so that can be easier. So I'll take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're ready, please. Okay, you have overseen the facility. All right, please.
Okay. Okay. Olamide, are you there? I think they are just doing a tour of the facility now. I need to know whether they want anything else. Oshego Bumio, that was a brilliant presentation. I
Thank you, sir.
really enjoy that. And we're hoping and looking to build on that. I don't know where Olamide is now, actually.
Yeah.
I'll put a call through to him, sir.
Okay, Alero, thank you very much. I hope you are keeping well, Alero.
Yes, Prof. I am. Thank you very much, sir.
Excellent.
Thank you. How about you?
I'm all right. I'm okay. It's just been very busy. You know, I'm doing 10 things concurrently, simultaneously.
Well done, sir.
But you know,
Well done,
Happy
sir.
holidays
we
too.
can do it. I think Fola and Bumi knows about, you know, the many waters I've dug my feet into.
Yeah, since I joined the meeting, I was seeing your post on your
You are still not
status.
there.
I'm like, you are still
Oh dear, you know, it has been something else, you know. And these are some of these things were things that I just wanted to encourage people to carry on with, but then you just find that if you don't do it, you know, it won't get done. The Oyo Scholars Congress, for example, was something I just wanted to help, you know, set up and get people going. But then I was given, in one case, I gave a suggestion, and for 3 months, nothing was happening. So I then realized if I don't do it, nothing will happen. So, but that is how I've gotten myself into this one, which seems to be blowing up, actually, as we speak. I'm getting messages. Oh, we're still on record. All right, so we're going to call this part.
Yeah.
Because we don't need this recorded anymore. Olamide, did you hear me? So you need to call. Excellent. And yeah, so we've been posting different things. Oh no, it's all right. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Alero. No worries, Alero. No worries. That's all right. That's fine. I just wanted to confirm
Okay, sir.
if there's anything else they want from the, or whether we should just close the platform. Yeah. Are they coming back?
I mean, Prof, let me just say this as well,
Yeah.
just to be an encouragement to you, because honestly speaking, you are a light, and then I just pray that God will continue to make you to shine brighter and brighter.
Thank you very much.
It has to be something from the heart. It's not that maybe you are just making it up. It's just something that is in the heart. So Anybody that doesn't have that fire won't be able to carry that kind of mantle. So I believe that's why you see that when you give something and then you got to take somebody that share the same kind of imaginations, ideas, and depth as well, like you, that will see things like you're seeing it. So you got to be a bit more patient with them and then with us in general, and
No,
pass some of the
yeah, yeah,
and pass some of the fire to us.
so it's always a privilege to do these things. I mean, I think Bumi and Paula knows, because I've sort of, they are very generous people as well. I mean, yourself
Yeah.
also know a bit of this. I've sort of pulled you into how many things now, Bumi? Pulled you into the Fine Project and Fola as well. And
Internationally.
that is why it took me a long time to sort of ask you to join the Oyo Scholars Congress, because I was thinking to myself,
I know you're trying to push me into something as well
yeah,
early last year.
yeah, exactly. So, and yeah, you as well,
Yeah.
I was like, should I be sending this message to Fola and Bumi again now? That's why it took
Yes.
a long time
Yeah,
before.
but we are very open. We also want to give back. We are product of
Yeah, of course,
opportunities.
yeah.
Yeah, and then definitely these are great projects that we know that you need support. And that's one of the reasons why you raised us. So if you cannot give support at this time,
God is helping us all. I mean,
so
so
one
yeah,
of
but sometimes you're just thinking, these guys are also very busy people. So I waited
yeah.
and waited, and it was when I was looking for a professor for my Fijio that I sent you the message. Okay, it has to be done at some point.
Yeah.
People are really
Yeah.
excited also to have you on board. It's
Yeah.
it's just sometimes it feels it never ends, but we're making progress.
Mhm.
We're making impact, and that is what it is. I mean, look at all these senior professors that we didn't know. I mean, I didn't know most of them, to be honest. It was just somebody leading you to somebody, and today I've had information again about 7 other professors who are from either Fiji or Oyo. I mean, it's
Yeah.
incredible. And they have all been very generous and willing to. But now, when these things happen, you then feel an extra weight of expectation as well. Now, with all these people coming on board, are we just going to be introducing them and that's it? You are thinking of what's next, to really make the best of, this caliber of people. Right. So, and that creates, extra layers work in addition to other responsibilities and commitments as well. But it's exciting. I mean, it's not very often you have this sort of thing happening, people calling their friends from 20 years ago. It's because they believe in it. They really do genuinely believe in it. And I mean, Professor Badigeshi has sent me 8 names of professors now over the past 2 days.
Mm.
He is a former vice chancellor of Lautech, and I mean, was he your vice chancellor? No, I think that was long after you left, right?
I'm not sure.
It must
I
be
think it's long after. Yeah, long
Yeah,
after.
I think ours was Salau, Professor Salau.
Salau, yeah. So I think he came after Salau. So yeah, I mean, so it just makes you feel that okay, yeah, we can do something here. But then you are just one human and you have 24 hours. But when I see people like you on the platform, I just feel energized, that if anything, I can call Fola and say, can you help with this? Can you help with this? I think that's really what keeps me going. I know that there are people that are trusted, that understands, we're trying to give to the community. We are not trying to seek anything for ourselves. And that's really encouraging, and I think it's been surrounded by people like you, like Michael, who I don't know whether you need to meet I need to introduce you properly to Michael. Michael is a great soul, just like you.
Great.
We sent complete strangers to him almost a year ago now, Michael. And
Yes, sir.
as if they are family members. In fact, when those people call us now, they are like, if, when Sheun's wife, what's the name keeps it, Kemi.
Kemi.
They call Kemi. I say, I've never seen a human being like this ever in my life. You know, it's incredible. They took them in Newcastle, took very good care of them. And in fact, Michael was the one that named their twin babies in 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah, yeah, just like a month. Yeah, going to by months. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure, and this is exactly the kind of people Fola and Bumia as well. I think that's why you guys need to connect, actually.
We will. I will. And honestly, listening to her, I just felt so like, hi. Even when I saw the leaflet, I don't want to even join. I was asking you, is it going to be online? So I was making room for
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
I just want to connect with everyone as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when
That'd
did
be
I
great.
tell you about this, Bumi? Was it a month ago? Sometimes I'm a bit embarrassed that Bumi will probably not want to say no. Why should I be
No,
asking her, a month into the time,
Don't feel like that,
And
sir.
no, I mean it's true though. I mean, and I was like, and for that as well. I thought, okay, let me
Yes.
hear for that this time around, because if you are calling both husband and wife, who is going to be looking at Smith and yeah, especially with that very short notice. So it's great, I mean, so this is really, inspiring stuff, to be honest. Because God has blessed you with great, wonderful people with large hearts, and when I hear testimony about what people have said about you, Michael, you for Lamb, Bumi as well, it's just really, I mean, it's incredibly energizing and inspiring because you just realize that, there is a lot of good in this world and God's
Yeah.
moving powerfully. Still in our age and time, there are people who have not bowed their head to Baal, who are not looking for what they can get, and God is blessing them even with more than what they seek. And that's a great thing to be able to say, especially to younger people as well. That don't chase after God, chase after
Yeah, it will come. I mean, people just have to be content with whatever they got. There's nobody that God has not given anything.
Absolutely. So it's
Yeah, it
it's
will
really,
come.
really encouraging, and look forward to 2025. That is,
I think I've already saved your number, Dr. Bumi,
Yes, sir.
because the one that you share, I've already saved it. So I'm going to connect with the Prof. Fola as well.
yeah, and
Is that your husband?
they're both men
Yes.
of God. I will
Ah,
share for
all
last.
right.
I will share for last details with you as well.
All
Michael,
right, sir. Okay.
Michael is a pastor in Newcastle as well. He's the pastor.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And
He
whenever you
also,
come to the US, we are willing to host too.
yeah,
No problem, sir. No
yeah.
problem. It is well. I'm a pastor. I'm a business owner as well.
Yeah,
Great.
so
Work as well.
he's
So
also the tech, sector,
Wow. Wow. That's lovely.
he should be joining us on ATL.
yeah, we will.
We haven't had that conversation yet. Both Bumi and Fola are actively involved with the ATL.
Okay.
And
No problem. We will. We're partnering so many things. I've shared with Doctor. I've tried to put Prof in, but Prof is very busy. Prof, everything you told us we have done. No,
yeah,
you
I
told
know.
me.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
just
told everything. Yesterday. You are very busy. So that's why I just muted it. No, I just muted. Yeah, like I won't disturb you. I've seen everything you're doing.
I mean, so I will see. It's just. I mean, you see what my life is now. Bumi was seeing my post on the other platform. In fact, I'm still composing a message that I've started 40 minutes ago that I've not finished. I'm still.
Oh dear.
Things are always just coming up, and you just find yourself being pulled into all these things. But
Yeah.
because they are productive, because they are positive, it's
Yeah.
difficult to say no, I can't do this. But of course,
But honestly speaking, I've excused you to be honest on this because I mean you are one person that if I need your input, I know I can always come and get you. The
yeah,
problem I
of
need your
course,
input.
and I see plan to be more involved than I am now, But it's just so many things are just happening that you're trying to manage how engage across board. But
Yeah, doing very honestly, I mean, you cannot do more than what you're doing at the moment in terms of expanding your network and then extending your influence on others as well. You're doing well, sir.
the
Well
Lord
done,
will
sir.
help us. The Lord will help us.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Olamide, are you there? Are we done? Should we close the platform, or is there anything else, Olamide?
I think he's gone.
They're gone. Okay, I think I will just end the session, really.
I will visit Enterprise by the grace of God
Yes,
when
sir.
next
He
I go
said
to
that
Oyo.
they are currently on a tour.
And I have a little bird has told me that we're going to have the pleasure of Dr. Fola Bolaji and Dr. Adebumi Odefunsho in person.
Yes.
Here OIM 2025.
Correct.
Okay. What time is that?
I got that revelation from somewhere. So Alero and Mola, you should start preparing.
If I'm not there,
I can't wait.
by the grace of God, one of our team will be on the floor.
Oh,
By
that
the
would be
grace of God.
awesome.
Dami will be there. Dami was supposed to be in Oyo today as well, because I told him, though we received the invite late.
Yeah, it
but
was very
Dami
late.
will be
It was
there.
very late.
Yeah.
I should have sent you that before. Yeah, but yeah, so 2025 will be late. We'll all be there.
Yeah,
I will be
by
there.
the grace
I will
of
be
God.
there in person.
That will be very great.
Will be there, and I think it's going to be really, a big one.
Oh, thank you, sir. God bless.
Thank you so very much, everyone.
All right, sir. Bye, everyone. Bye.